All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our final week of Inside Line Racing League. Here we are today at Brazil for our championship. I'm one of your hosts, Ivor Zim. We'll be streaming on Delta Zero Productions today for this championship, and I am joined by two other people today. Let's go ahead and introduce yourself, boys.
Well, I'm Middle Name Orion. You know me. I was here a while ago, and then not, and now I'm back. That's the full story.
And I'm Ophelia. I'm former race engineer for Broken Hypocrite, now conned into being a commentator.
Yeah.
I'm held here against my will. Hello.
He's helping us with cameras today. It'll be good. It'll be good. And we gave him the fact sheet, so we're forcing him to engage.
Yes.
Sitting on the couch.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and then this is Narwhal Cultist, which is actually Broken's kid. So.
I'm a child.
Yeah. So he's here. He's just hanging out.
Yeah, ignore the screams.
But yeah. So welcome back to another week, boys. It should be exciting. I'm excited. So fun fact, sir, your job has already begun because you're in charge of what is there. Yeah. We'll take this. We'll hand this over. Congratulations. You now have the fact sheet.
I have fact sheets.
All right. So.
I have no idea.
Oh, so okay, that's all good. So up and down. Oh no. Oh yeah, no, it's working. Okay, cool. So they're all in the pit, so there's not really anything to see. So the camera type swaps other things out. There we go. So okay, so boom, and then boom.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, welcome back, boys. I'm excited. We have a very exciting race today because our two championship drivers, the two contenders we have, are separated by 9 points, or I should say 9 points will be the difference between who wins the championship and who loses today. So it should be pretty exciting. A couple ways that could happen. But I'm gonna hop on over to driver standings real quick. I know you guys got to look at those a little while ago on that intro outro, but here they are. Number one, coming into this championship race, we have Revan, Sera, followed by Broken Hypocrite and Kef. Then we got Pseudo and Stinky in 4 and 5. So it should be pretty exciting to see how this race shakes out and how the points spread.
Yeah.
Points spread. I'm excited for it. Because anything can happen, really. Anything.
Yeah,
can
anything.
happen.
For all we know, we could get DNFs from people that we never expected, and then all of a sudden, our standings change.
Yes. Lots of things could happen. Let's hop on back over here. So we're gonna just hop on down to Derpy here, take a look, and then let's go ahead and change some things up here. So we're gonna swap that down on the details. We're gonna go to the right one. I'm gonna do it again. Did I say best? Yeah, we're gonna do that. And let's go down to telemetry. We're gonna enable that. We like lap data.
Yes, we do.
And then we're gonna do the mini map on the full mini map. There we go. Ooh, look at that. And then we don't need that anymore. We don't need the UI. We know how to do things. So I'm excited for today's race, boys. We're gonna see a lot of things happening. We are taking a look right now at Derpy. We're gonna see how everyone qualifies. We have 11 racers on the track today. Good turnout. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. So any predictions today, gentlemen?
Oh, I think we're going to see a lot of exciting races. I have a feeling that we're going to see because of the point standings, some really tough racing at the 1 and 2 positions now in our standings between Broken Hypocrite and Revan, Sera. And I think you're going to see maybe some people risking a little bit just so they can kind of try and ensure themselves to come out with a win here. But that could lead to some interesting happenings in the race. We might see somebody risk something they normally wouldn't.
Yeah, or we could see some safe strategies here. So I think on this race, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a one stop. Ooh, we got some wet conditions out there. Is that what I see in qualifying? See a little sprinkle of rain?
Yeah.
So they changed it. You know how we were talking that one race about whether or not rain was an option?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they changed the settings to random now. So rain is an option. It's an option. Yeah. So and I know that can maybe definitely change things. So there's like those tire regulations and stuff. So intermediates kind of mix that up a little bit, but looks like everyone's on either soft or mediums today in qualifying out there. But we have some times in already. Derpy's coming in at a 108.346. We're watching our championship leader, Revan, Sera, right now, who hops into second fastest with a 108.830. Let's take a look at, yeah, sure, we'll do Stinky. We'll take a look at Stinky. See how he does. Where's he at on the map? Coming through into that third sector. Dirt track GP, this is great. Buzzweiser. Oh yeah, we got some great NASCAR racing. You know that I was talking to a friend the other day about I was like, yeah, I'm doing the stream thing on Saturday, and they're like, oh yeah, this is my buddy's girlfriend. She's like, oh yeah, that NASCAR thing he does. I was so offended.
Yeah,
No.
common mistake.
She's like, there's not a difference, is there? And I was like, you lack culture.
Yeah.
You don't know. How do you not understand? But that's okay. That's okay. Alrighty, so we're taking a look at Broken right now. Is he across the line? No, he just finished his outlap. He's starting his first attempt at qualifying. We'll see how he does. Now let's take a look at once he finishes this lap. We're going to stay here for a little bit. We'll take a look at Chris Kef and see how he's doing. Because he's number 2 right now. Revan fell back a couple, so this is a pretty fast track. Fun fact, guys, after last week's stream in China, like hopped on there and did China a little bit on one of the rigs we got here. A lot of fun. And then I was like, you know, I want to try out Brazil. And so I did.
How'd you do?
I got down to like 109. That was like my fastest. I couldn't break that.
You're holding out on us.
Yeah. So I did it on Broken setup and didn't change anything. I was very proud of myself. I actually stayed on the course.
Yeah.
It's so hard. I did a lot of restarts because I crashed a lot of times.
I mean, and now there's a precedent. If he doesn't break 109, you know, for this.
Well, we already have
now,
people breaking 109.
It's going to be you racing then.
It'll
instead
happen.
Of him.
Yeah, we're fucking you out.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. That's far from true.
We have some fun facts.
I did it
about
once. It was not replicable. Like it was
It was a one-time thing.
It was a one-time thing.
The rest of the
and look at
time
that,
was in a wall.
across
No way.
the
There
line,
we
new
go.
fastest lap.
Fastest lap 108,
no.
308.
Yeah. Okay. So Chris is in the pit. So let's take a look at Saitorin on number 4. See how he's doing. Where's he at on the map? He's coming into sector 2 right now, headed towards sector 3. Let's hear a little bit about the course here today.
Well, the course is a circuit length of 4.309 kilometers. The race length itself is 305.
For us normies over here.
Oh, for us
muggles, what is
normies,
that?
the muggles and the uncultured people in America, that's 2.677 miles.
Okay.
The race length is 305.879 kilometers, and to give that for the muggles again, it's 190.064 miles.
How many laps? That's for 71 laps.
And that's for
okay.
the full 71 laps.
Okay, but we're doing 36 today because
Yeah,
we're doing 50%. I like
we're doing
it.
36.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah, the lap record in real life is 110.54.
Ooh, but what about that qualifying time though? What's the goal for today?
Man, the qualifying time, if anyone can outpace Lewis Hamilton at 107.934.
From 2021. All right,
Yeah,
so that's
that'll be
that's the benchmark, boys. We want to see someone beat that today. Let's see some racing. So we got 10 minutes left here in qualifying. Broken is leading in qualifying. We're taking a look at Alex Joseph right now as he's coming through. I learned that's the Senna S there that he just came
Yeah,
through.
the Sera S.
Yeah.
That's the only part of this course I know. It's just that.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you, I feel you're not really familiar with F1 much, are you?
Not much at all. No.
It's okay.
Haven't
So
raced
what
much.
is?
Yeah, join the
so
club.
okay. Woo woo. Okay.
Yeah.
Teaching, learning. So what is the extent of your knowledge on?
Well, I was working as a race engineer a little bit for Broken Hypocrite, so I kind of knew about tire temperatures, and you want to keep them cool.
Have you
But-
have you ever watched any of the races though?
I've never. Oh, I've seen some of the
Okay.
these actual streams.
Okay.
These.
Well, no, like real life stuff.
I've never seen real life. F1.
Oh God,
So
you guys.
you're
okay.
working with a child here.
Yeah.
But
Used to working with children.
But I do know we are expecting a great race here. 9-point difference between Revan, Sera, and Broken Hypocrite.
Yeah.
So it's really going to count on Broken Hypocrite wants to make a comeback to first place by the end of this season, by the end of this race. Revan, Sera, he's got to really do pretty poor. He can't come in second. He can't be right behind Broken Hypocrite. So
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. It really comes down to the last race of the season here.
Yeah.
Dad said that he has to come in first, and Revan has to come in third for
yep.
the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. All right, so let's see what kind of time Alex got. He's coming through sector 2. So we'll finish up watching how he does. Let's take a look at Dark Knight afterwards. Oh, we'll let him finish the track, and then we'll take a look at Dark Knight. So we got 8 minutes left to qualifying. All right, got some time.
Yeah. Certainly.
Got some time. But yeah, no, it's a really fun track though, and it's pretty fast. A couple of the turns, I like this one right here. I found myself losing it coming through here a couple times. I just like lose the back end and slide out, which was definitely a struggle. But you know, it's okay.
Could be
We
seeing some of
overcame.
that if we get some rain today.
Well, it is, the track's wet right now.
Yeah.
You can see.
Is that going to stick over after qualifying?
It might not. I'm not
Stay
actually
over?
sure. We'll find out. We'll find out once we watch for that formation lap, which could change strategies for some people, and especially if people are practicing in dry conditions only, that could make things a little bit tough. It always make things a little bit tough. Because I mean, well, guys don't race. So yeah, that just like that. Just like that, you just lose the traction that you normally need, so you can't go through the turns at the same speed. Taking a look here at OKDB. Where's he at on the track? Coming through to sector 3, gonna be finishing up a lap time here. Currently in 9th position. Looks like Pseudo's retired from qualifying right now. Oh, heading into the pits already. Let's take a look at Derpy. He's doing it. I think he's doing the thing.
Yes, he is looking to try and best Broken Hypocrite's time up there at 108.308. He's not too far off in second here with 0.34.
Chris, Kef, 1/10. No, I hate the rain. Yeah, no, rain's brutal. Okay, the couple of times that I've been silly enough to not change the weather on, like, when I'm hopping on, the occasional times that I do, and I try to do anything in the rain, I struggle so much because it's just so hard to do it. We got Purple Sector saying it's pretty wet now. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's pretty wet. And so, okay, so if you don't have the traction, like, it's a lot harder to just, since you don't have control over anything. Well, like, think about like in real life.
Yeah.
It's rough.
You have to take the turns slower.
You have to take everything a little bit slower. And so it's taking the turns slower, how quickly you apply the gas, how hard you're turning into things. Like, it can really change a lot of stuff.
Do the tires have a difference on how they handle the...
Yeah. So any of your slicks, so your soft, mediums, and hards, are going to struggle a lot with wet conditions. If you have like intermediate or wets, then you'll have a bit easier of a time. They have the grooves in them, like normal cars. So that makes things a little bit easier. Saitorin, it looks like, has also retired from the qualifying session. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we've taken a look at, who haven't we taken a look at? Everyone's in the pits, so I'm
Kasper?
assuming a lot of
we're all
people are
pitted.
swapping out to some different tires.
Derpy's the only one. Oh, and Revan.
Revan's still going.
Yeah, let's take a look at Revan. So he is a fast racer, and I know that he's probably feeling the pressure a little bit today. Because it's always exciting when it comes down to the last race of the season.
Yeah, especially when you know that you have to do a very specific thing, and that thing doesn't necessarily
Well, they both have to
be
perform
coming first.
They both have to perform.
When you're trying to hold on to that first place, I often feel like it's harder to hold it than it is to regain it sometimes.
All it takes, though, is for Broken to not finish.
True.
And he's got it. So I think the pressure's on for both of them a lot, and I think it's exciting because I know they've both been putting in the time and getting ready for it. Can't improve. There's not enough traction. Yep, and we see Revan there, a little loose on the track. So apparently the wet conditions out here are really taking a toll on our drivers today as they're trying to get in a good qualifying time.
Just in the qualifying laps too, I think what we've seen is, a lot of those fastest times were posted at the beginning.
Right at the beginning, when it wasn't quite as wet.
Yeah.
And and we have another pit here. All right, let's take a look at Stinky. I think he's the only one that's on the track right now. Kasper's got out on his out lap, so we might see him make another attempt now. We got 4 minutes left. So if you're, it's really hard to really do anything. And when you're practicing, we always talk about how it comes down to consistency.
Yeah.
You get familiar with what gear you need to be in going through a turn, when you can start applying the pressure.
And all of that changes.
All of it changes once it gets wet out there, because you can't like you already can't slam it down and just go full throttle from the get-go.
Yeah.
If you're not doing it correctly, in the sense that, like, you'll just lose you just won't go anywhere. You won't have traction. And so when you have the conditions change and you haven't practiced the changing and what that means for how you're shifting and how quickly you're applying brakes and gas and all that jazz, it can really change things up a little bit, and it just makes it harder. It just makes everything harder.
I imagine none of our racers planned for this.
I think a couple of them might have.
Or at least not hoped.
Nah, no one hopes for wet conditions. That's the real thing. Have we taken a look at... So we have 2 in the outlap, 2. Ooh, Kasper's in the wall. Yeah, these wet conditions, man, they're gonna be tough, and sometimes it can already be hard to stay consistent. So we have Dark Knight here. He swapped out to intermediates. Those are the green tires that we're watching here. So that's going to give him a lot better traction. So you know how we talk about softs being really fast, mediums a little bit slower,
Yeah, certainly.
hards being the slowest, but they last the
Explain to
longest.
me intermediate.
Intermediates have grooves in them, but the grooving in them and wets is a little bit different. So like wet tires are for super wet conditions. Since it's like kind of just wet, we're going to use intermediates. All right, so the race is going to be dry, it looks like Chris is telling us. So it really will just affect qualifying then, and who's going to come out on top. It looks like Broken is currently sitting in pole position.
Yes.
So we'll see if he's able to maintain that. So intermediates, when like, let's say in dry conditions, intermediates will be slower than softs. But if you're in wet conditions and it's wet enough that you're struggling to have traction on softs and it gets wet, you're going to have a tough time recovering from that if you're not able to do that.
So the intermediates will help with that.
Yeah. Went out late and on the wrong tire, and now Broken is starting ahead and on a better strategy.
Oh look, there's our signature qualifying
Ooh. I didn't see who that was.
Is that Kasper? No?
I think that was Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, yeah.
Yeah, so these wet conditions, they can be tough. And so like when you're already trying to push it and get fast times in general, and this is a pretty fast track, especially like if you're taking a look at those straights there, like some of those turns you can kind of get away with going pretty fast. Let's take a look at how OKDB is doing out there. Oh, he's right with him. Huh. Okay, so there's a couple of these turns that you can take pretty fast, and like as you're doing it, you're trying to balance like how much you're throttling as you're coming through the turn, and then like when you're applying it, and then like when in dry conditions you can mess that up enough where like you're already struggling to stay on the track. Yeah, so these wet conditions really are taking no prisoners today. So this will change up, I think, the starting positions a bit, in the sense that so we have Broken, Derpy, Chris Kef, Saiturin, Revan, Alex Kasper, Dark Knight, OKDB, Stinky, and Pseudo. So that front 5, I think, is a little bit different than what we would have seen if it was just dry conditions.
Yeah, certainly. I think like we're seeing, it seems very difficult for anyone to post a personal best lap time on these later qualifying runs here.
Yeah, no, for sure. So we have OKDB still trying to make another attempt on softs, it looks like, or he's just going to be coming into the pits, because it looks like everyone else is likely just done with their qualifying. Yep, and here he is.
Yeah,
Though I think everyone's
15 seconds.
gotten the best time that they can in these conditions.
Certainly.
Because it's tough. It'll really change things. So taking a look at our start now, with Revan in 5th, he's going to have a little bit of a battle trying to work his way up. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem for him. We've seen him do it before.
Yes.
We saw him do it last race. He ended up in a bit of a collision back of the pack kind of thing, and he just worked his way up through. It was impressive. It was an impressive show for sure.
Nice.
So yeah, all right. So here we have our starting lineup. So we're going to go into a what's what I'm looking for, formation lap, and then we'll have the start of the race. So I'm going to take a look. Let's take a look at the constructor standings real quick. So we have McLaren with a fairly comfortable lead over Ferrari, because we are doing constructors points as well for the championship. And then we have Mercedes in 3rd at 109. So I think, depending on how things shake out, we could have a Ferrari race championship.
Certainly could.
And a Ferrari constructors, or it could go the other way. The Ferrari constructors would be a little bit harder.
Yeah. It all depends on some DNFs.
It's literally coming down to today. It's coming down to the last race to decide what happens for everyone.
Yep.
And it's cool to see. It's cool to see.
That's good. It gives us some excitement here in the last race. There are things still in flux, nothing set. It lets that apathy kind of stay out of the way, and everyone's excited, ready to go.
Yeah. And it really comes down to just it comes down to the day. It comes down to the day, and that's so exciting. It's how much prep came in, how did qualifying shake out, and I would imagine for more than a few of our racers that our qualifying didn't shake out as well as they wanted to, simply because of the conditions.
Mm-hmm. Certainly. We're gonna see how this plays out here today. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I'm excited. It's the final race.
Yeah.
We're getting to the end of our F1 season. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to F2.
No, F1 2022 comes out in July.
No, the next F.
Mm-hmm.
F1.1. You're just going straight to F1,
I'm
F2.
pretty sure it's F2.
You know F2 is a thing, right?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's fake. It's like narwhals. They're not real.
Okay. We're back.
Yeah, we are.
We got this.
For a third time.
Third time's a charm, and charmed or not, we're sticking to it.
Yeah.
This is...
And if this doesn't work, we're just going to switch the stream over and we're going to watch Charmed.
No. We're going to swap out. We're going to hop on everyone's N64s that they have hiding in the closet.
Yeah.
And do OG Rainbow Road.
Yeah, the final race of the season could be in
It'll be determined by a blue shell.
It will be.
It'll be determined by a blue shell.
Right at the end.
Yeah.
Lap 35.
Chucking bananas left and right behind him, jockeying for positions. All right, so exciting turn of events. We're here. We're ready to do this. We're gonna manifest that everything goes correctly.
That we will.
And we're gonna have a good race. So I could go over the what this race comes down to, but we've hashed that out a couple of times already.
Yeah. We know what the stakes are.
I know what the stakes are.
Yeah.
Medium rare.
That's true.
Yeah. Medium rare. The proper steak.
I mean, not all the time though. Depending on how sketchy the restaurant is, sometimes you want that medium.
Oh, you know that chili's pink no pink.
Yeah,
good old American cuisine.
The sketchier the restaurant, the more well.
The more it's like, yeah, no, cook the crap out of it. I don't want to see anything left alive. Okay. So we have our formation lap. Broken, Derpy, Chris, Kef, Cytorin, Revan, Alex, Kasper, Dark Knight, OKDP, Stinky, and Pseudo is our lineup. It looks correct to me. I'm going to say it is accurate. We're going to go with it no matter what. 36 laps today for the third time. But we got this. I mean, I think it'll be something we'll be able to joke about a bit in the interview.
Yeah, and I mean, since even with the restart, they still have only gone through one lap.
Well, so
race.
I mean, it's so much just happened right out from the get-go. It's hard to even like go from there, you know. And I'm glad we made the decision, or the decision was made, however it came to be, that we were restarting, because you know we came here to see some action. We got a tight battle on our hands, like
that we do.
Felt like we just kind of lost it. It was in our fingertips and it just fell away.
I need my action quota for the week, and this is how I get
action quota for the week. I mean, you know, in NASCAR, people like seeing crashes. Mm-hmm. In F1, it does offer some excitement, but it's not the same thrill. It's mostly just disappointment and tragedy. Because you know, it's a different type of these guys. Like, I know they put time into it, and like in real F1, we've talked about we've talked about some of those crazier crashes back in the day. Mm-hmm. And some of the safety measurements that they've made, good improvements. But here we are in lining up onto the grid, getting onto our starting positions. We're gonna have lights away in just a moment, and we're gonna be back at the racing. So what we're gonna see here, I think, is people jockeying for positions. Hopefully everyone settles down a little bit, and we go a little less aggressive, more tactical moves going into the first lap. Yeah, no one's gonna be winning on the first lap, but it'll be good. I'm excited to see what's going on here.
Yes.
And before you know it, we're gonna be lights away. Here we go. Start.
And they're away.
All right, coming into the first turn, couple moves trying to be made already.
Yep.
Going 3 wide there, pushing some cars back and forth. Yep. Off track.
3 through 4 is tight right now.
All right, lots of action in the center there. We're gonna hop down and go in here. We're taking a look at Cytorin.
Let's see Revan.
Alex trying to make the move. Going back and forth to Cytorin. Chris Kef off the track a little bit. Lost some speed there. Drops back his position down to 6th.
Yeah. Looks like...
And we have Derpy right up there with Broken, vying for position. Looks like we had a bit of a spin out there from Chris Kef, I think.
We
falling
did.
back into last place. Let's take a look and see how our number 1 and 2 are doing right there, because it looks like Derpy's giving Broken a little bit of run for his money. They're keeping it close at him.
Yeah, you can
OKDB
see
is
him.
also close. Okay, lots of action out here on the tracks today. I think we got a couple of bunches here of some racers really trying to push each other for that position
That we do.
and see what they can't pull off today.
Less positional changes except for Chris Kef.
Yeah, I mean, it can really come down to just one instance and one thing going on, and then
That it
just really,
can.
it can be hard to recover. But we've seen it before. Derpy a little late on the brakes there, coming right after Broken, following him in. Okay, and he's away. Do you see any? Let's take a look at
Like
Dark
our-
Knight. He is right there with OKDB vying for 6 and 7.
And maybe even one
But-
more position back, we can see they have a tight 8, 7, 6 there.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 right there. So we're gonna have to take a look. It looks like there's bits of racing all over the course today, up and down the leaderboard. So there's gonna be a lot of action to watch out for.
That there will.
Already lap 2, and I'm glad to see everyone is still racing.
Yes.
And we're going after it. Lots of vying for position here. So as these racers are settling in, let's take a look. Hop into that menu. I want to see what kind of tires everyone's rocking here. Yup, and then we can close that menu for a second. So we got a good spread of softs and mediums. Okay.
That we do. Still down here with the fastest racing at 7 and 8.
Well, it's not the fastest, it's just the closest.
Or the
Fastest racing is up at the front.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Derpy here, because he is half a second off of Broken, and he's really putting pressure on him as they're going back and forth. So we're going to stay there with our leader in our current 1 and 2. Revan already moving up in the pack into number 3 position, closing that gap currently at 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, putting in the fastest lap there. Broken had a new fastest lap, and then immediately Revan took that away with a slightly faster 110.
Hunting down each other, going for it. So it looks like Broken and Revan are in different tire strategies right now. So Revan has those softs. He's a little bit of action here going on between OKDB and Dark Knight. But so
Certainly.
Revan is rocking some softs here, and Broken's on medium. So Broken's probably going to stay out a little bit longer on those tires. They'll last him a little bit longer, but Revan will have the speed on him from the get-go just based off those tires.
Certainly he will, and Kasper's really keeping on Dark Knight here.
Quite the battle.
Tiny bit of tap there.
Quite the battle.
Ooh,
Oh,
and he
a little
tapped
bit
it.
of contact, and I think he's
Spin.
off track there. Casper back to the pack. Okay, and here we go. We're still going. Pseudo's chasing down Stinky.
Yeah.
Alex chasing down Saitor, and Derpy still right there with Broken. Broken with a new fastest lap, 110.
Yeah, an even faster 110.
054. All right, so it looks like he's settling and finding his pace.
Be curious to see if we can get any 109s or 108s here, like we saw in qualifying. We have Alex there in 5th at 0.6. We have OKDB here with 0.3 away from Dark Knight.
Coming down the straight
now.
here. So DRS is enabled as
Oh.
OKDB is chasing him down, giving them those couple kph extra to try and give him the edge.
Very close here. Alex is coming right up on...
And Alex made the move on Saitor, and let's take a look up there, see what just happened.
Yeah.
Bit of position change as they're coming up here through that turn. Okay. Lots of action going on. Bit of up and down. Everyone has moved around a little
Certainly,
bit too.
Derpy is in a very similar position to he's been this whole race, where he's about that half second to slightly over that back from Broken. Revan in the same position he's been at, about a second and a half outside of Derpy.
Chris Kef making the moves coming up too.
Yeah, we've had a very consistent 1, 2, 3 for these.
Derpy with the
laps.
fastest lap. We got to take a look at our number 1 and 2.
There's that
They're
even-
within half a second,
that even
and Derpy
faster.
just posted the fastest lap time, so he's also on softs.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to be, especially if he's comfortable here, laying down some quick track times and applying pressure on Broken here. He does have DRS enabled,
Yeah.
which Broken won't have. I don't believe will have the advantage on. Or I should say, I don't think he has that advantage.
Maybe
himself.
that'll help him put in finally a 109 here. We're looking for just a few hundredths of a second off that right
Well,
now.
so as their tires warm up and as they use more gas, the lighter their car, the faster they'll go too.
That's true.
So the times that you'll be seeing now, which is like at the end of a race on like fresh softs, once you get them worked in.
Yep.
Okay, wow. Okay, 5 laps in, 36 in total, so 31 to go. Broken and Derpy still going back and forth. Well,
Yeah.
not quite back and forth, but still
like-
chasing him down here.
Yeah.
And you see with Broken, he'll be lighter on the fuel later on. He'll also be switching over to softs. So I expect to see his best times later on in the game.
Yeah, so there we go.
31. Anyone with an answer? Alrighty, let's take a quick look at Chris Kef. See how he's doing now in the 8 and 9 position with Pseudo, chasing him down, trying to make a move.
He's making it
DRS
right
is
now.
enabled.
And there he goes.
Into the turn, he makes the move on Pseudo up into 8th position, and then he's going to be chasing down next in line OKDB and seeing if he can't keep moving up that leaderboard. Away he goes right off that straight, moving up and going after it. Looks like our closest racing now is back with Derpy, I think, and Broken in our number 1 and 2. Revan's still trying to make his way up to that front. He is in 3rd, 2.5 seconds off. So this is actually, I believe, if assuming this doesn't change, which I'm sure it will, a lot of racing left, but this is what Broken is looking for in order for him to take that victory away from Revan. And all Revan has to do is just move up 1 position and stay there for the rest of the race.
Yes.
But if you look at that penalty there, it looks like Derpy's already got one on. He could, like, if we flash forward with
that's
this,
true.
right?
Penalties could play a large
Derpy,
factor in
new
this.
fastest lap, 109.874. Coming in with that Honda Red Bull engine, chasing him down. Okay, lots of exciting action today. Kasper in the back trying to make a move, I think, on Stinky.
That he is.
But they're just close there. We're gonna keep an eye on Derpy
I think
though,
you might see him make a move very
because
soon
that's
here.
where the action is. Derpy with
he is-
another
he
penalty.
pass him.
Oh, Kasper did make the move on Stinky.
Ooh, Derpy with another another penalty there.
Let's take a look at penalties real quick, because
Yeah.
we are already adding up. This is one. Track limits on this course can be a little bit
6-second penalties,
3
which actually
seconds.
puts him down
in 5th.
into
No.
4th or 5th.
4th. But penalties won't really matter right now, but they will matter later on.
Yes, later on when we give the other racers a chance to earn some penalties, and we'll see
Oh, there's plenty of time. Plenty
at
of
the end of the
stuff.
race how that plays out.
Well, I like to see good clean racing, you
Yeah.
know, and everyone make it through, you know, without any incidents. I'm glad we haven't had any crazy incidents right now where we have someone DNF, and I think that just kind of goes to show if you're not racing careful and you're not racing smart,
Certainly.
it can end everything so quickly. And like one little slip up, one little this, one little that, you know,
Yeah.
it really comes down. And I think it speaks to the consistency that a lot of these drivers have.
We're getting a lot of space now between some of our racers. You know, Derpy's really close to Broken, but outside of that, there's a decent amount of space now in the field.
Yep. All right, everyone's settling in.
Certainly.
I'm excited to see this. Okay, so 8 laps. 8 laps in the next few laps, these racers are probably going to start thinking about swapping out to
Got
a
another-
different pair of tires. We got a couple laps to go before they really start considering that, though.
We saw a penalty there, 3 seconds for Alex. That'll impact towards the end of the race here.
Yeah, some of the spots on this track, the track limits are surprising, I should say, in the sense that like you get there and you wouldn't really expect that it's gonna ding you, and then it gets you, How is Chris doing down there? Yep, I was just seeing that too. Chasing down OKDB, he's trying to make his move further up into the middle of the pack there, work his way up the leaderboard. I think it really will just come down to, for everyone, just finding that rhythm and then just chipping away whoever is in front of them. Trying to make that move. So he's got DRS here. Hopefully he can squeeze out those extra couple of kph. Not quite enough, but he has closed the gap a bit.
Chris making a move.
Yep, we see him coming into getting into sector 2 here.
Yeah. All
This is
right.
where we could see some changes, lots of turns in here.
Well,
what
I mean, a lot of
happens.
things can happen at any point in the race here, you know. I mean, it's one of those things where so as we were doing some of the prep for this race, I saw Broken was telling me, but I also saw this thing about Sera. He when he was racing here, he had a pretty like kind of controversial finish where his car got stuck in 6th gear, and he was so exhausted by the end of it that they literally had to pull him out of the car because he was just so physically done. They literally just couldn't get out, but he got the dub. Yeah, dude, some of the racing history that's out there is crazy. OKDB and Chris kept going back and forth down there in number 7 and 8.
Yeah,
really just vying for
Sakura and
position
Alex
there.
as well.
Lots of action all over the track. It's hard. It's where you always end up missing something, but God, you want to see where the action's
Yeah,
at.
OKDB moves back into 7th.
Into that turn now. They're going forward. Looks like OKDB might have found that space, but they are still right there neck and neck with each other. Looks like Chris is a little bit closer to OKDB there as he's hunting him down. They're both really laying down the pressure
That they are.
on the guy that's in front of him.
Derpy is actually extending his lead over Revan to the point where time penalties actually wouldn't make up for it anymore. This is going to play a large role in how this race finishes and the individual standings, depending on the gap there between the 2 and 3 seed, if indeed the standings stay in this position as we go throughout the race, with him having a 6-second penalty there.
Well, I mean, there's so much race left.
And we got a lot of race.
Yeah, anything can happen. But the thing that's interesting to me is Broken just posted a fastest lap time, and he is on medium, so I think he's finding that little bit of a happy spot where some of the slower tires might or softer tires, I should say, might be starting to fall away a little bit 11 laps in, and he's still, hanging in there and doing fine. He's losing some of that gas because he's using it.
Yeah.
Chris here making the move on OKDB with that DRS into the turn. It looks like he might have him to be able to pull away and hold it. OKDB right there with him.
Ooh.
As they are side to side coming into this next turn. Chris has him on the advantage coming in. Oh, and we have a spin from OKDB is off track, and Chris is going to take it away.
Yes.
As he goes. Alrighty. Oh, it's always tough. That was a good battle there. And that's really what it is. It can just come down. You lose it through one turn as you're trying to push it too hard.
Makes all the difference.
Yeah, it can make all the difference. All right, now Chris is comfortably in 7th. He's going to be chasing down his next person. We're watching Alex here with Saiturin. Less than a second, he is going to have DRS. He does have a healthy amount of his ERS as well, as he's managing that to chase down Saiturin. I like this. I'm enjoying this race much more already.
Yeah.
There's already.
I mean, there's twice
a lot
as many
better
people.
action. There are twice as many people. There are twice as many people, and you know what's funny is last week I was here by myself, and now there's so
There's
many.
more.
So
we had
many
to make it.
people.
We had to show you that we appreciate you.
I just show up and talk, dude. I don't really know what you're talking about here.
There's not even cookies today, though.
There's not cookies, no.
No.
There's not cookies. I had to get my own Starbucks this morning.
Oh,
Can you believe that?
they're rough.
You had one of their Impossible breakfast sandwiches?
No, not the impossible ones.
They're really
yet.
good.
Are they?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I don't think I have yet to try any impossible offerings from any chains that have been yet.
A couple of them are pretty good. Anyway, but we have Alex here chasing down Saiturin.
Speaking of that,
Speaking of the racing that's happening right in front of us in our championship race, Alex is still half a second off of Saiturin. 4 of our racers have penalties right now. Derpy with 6-second penalties on Broken, and Broken I think is definitely comfortable on this track.
certainly
I
really
know he's
extending that.
He's been putting a lot of laps in. Ooh, Saiturin off track a little bit, losing some speed. Alex taking advantage of that and flying past. He had that DRS and ERS both nailed down.
And, Alex is moving up a lot in this race here.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes now. He has quite a gap between him and Revan, so we'll see what he can do to kind of close that here. And with Saiturin right on him as well, 1 second back.
Up. And Althelia over here just pulled up the tires again. So everyone is still on the same tires that they started with. 12 laps in.
See some pits from those softs.
Well, we're going to see some racers starting to
maybe,
lose grip here. And
yeah.
so it'll be kind of that decision of, okay, when do I go? Because there's not enough of a spread for anyone to really
No.
be able to think, I'm comfortable with this. You will lose some positions.
Yeah.
But then it's, do I want to do it now? Do I want to wait a little bit longer? With the softs, they don't have as much of a waiting time or as
Exactly.
much time to wait.
I think most
as
comfortable
those
are
with
going to be
mediums.
it's going to be Broken out there just because of his current position and the fact that he's on mediums.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what he sees. He's probably going to stay out a little bit longer.
Yes, certainly.
And then pit a little bit later, swap over to softs, and then just try to ride those out till the end. But the other thing to consider too is if there's a last minute safety car, if, you know, something else crazy like that. So last week we had that safety car towards the end,
Yes.
bunched everyone up, and then we were back to the racing. But it really played a role in how everything shaked out. Dark Knight with the penalty. So it is it's getting on everyone, and like I said, with some of those track limits, they'll get you. It looks like Pseudo is into the pits, speeding in the pit lane. He got himself a 5-second penalty there. All right, what was the delta on the pit stop over here for today? It's a 23-second in-game pit stop delta, so our racers will lose 23 seconds. Derpy heading into the pits, so there you have it. Broken is staying out a little bit longer. We'll see where Derpy comes back out once he swaps out his tires there. Revan now moving up into second. It'll be interesting to see when he ends up in the pits, because he's
on the softs.
What a move there from Saitor, and taking it back from Alex.
Other people.
3-second penalty though, so you see how he went on that inside corner there a little bit too tight. I think that's where he got that from. But it'll get you. This track is a bit unforgiving here and there with some of these areas where it'll ding you for those track limits.
Dark Knight really close here to Alex now.
We got a good 1, 2, I guess 3, 4, 5 here, all jockeying for position in the middle front of that pack.
Yeah, they've been jockeying for that for a little while here. They're getting familiar with each other here.
Yeah, nice.
We have Dark Knight still with the smallest numbers. That's what we like to see, where the racing is.
Yes.
Those low deltas.
What's up, Mookie?
Be interesting to see some of these softs here now on 14 laps towards the front of this pack here with our 2, 3, and 4.
Sure.
Looks like Derpy's coming out on hards here. Same with Pseudo.
But yeah, so lots of excitement going on today in the race as it all shakes out.
Certainly.
It'll be exciting to see, because you know there's a lot that goes on, and it's really comes down to how everyone does.
Yeah, Kasper.
In the end, it's that consistency that is so tough to maintain throughout the entirety of the race.
Certainly. Chris Kef now in the pits coming in. It'd be interesting to see what tires he comes out on here. We have Dark Knight only half second back here from Saiturin in third there. See what he can do, and actually as well OKDB 0.3 away from Stinky there in 8th. 0.2, like he's looking to make a move there on Stinky.
I like to see Revan needs P2 or higher to secure the championship if you're watching right now.
Yes, that he does.
Yeah, so that's the thing. They both have to perform here as this finishes. If either Revan or Broken slips up, either one could take it from the other.
We just saw 3 pits. Now you're going to see that pitting come into effect here, because we have Derpy out there on his first lap on hards. I feel like he's really trying to see what he can do and see if he can put in some work now to see what happens when those 1 and 2 end up going into the pit.
Well, so the thing about him swapping out to hards is that no matter what happens, he could be pretty comfortable, but he's not going to have the pace right now.
That's true.
Because hards are the slowest, but he will have later on. He won't have as much wear as you're coming into those last couple laps.
Even if the 1 and 2 pitted right now, that pit stop delta wouldn't be enough to make up that difference right now. With the difference at 29.
Close racing there between Stinky and OKDB. All right, I'm glad to see that everyone's jockeying for positions all up and down the leaderboard.
Certainly,
because you know even though we have 2 great racers between Broken and Revan as they're battling for this championship, there have been a lot of cool kind of back and forth throughout the season.
Certainly,
all up and down the leaderboard as people like kind of within their own spots on the track are vying for position. And I think it just shows that we have a lot of good racers out there, who all really want to get that dub the way that they can in terms of securing a little bit of points.
We push our view back one here to Chris Kef. We can see he's kind of where our our closest racing is, not our fastest racing.
No. In a minute here, I want to see how this shakes out between these two. There he goes, making the move.
There he goes.
So he's the only one left on softs.
17 laps in. Yep.
KDB's going into the pit here.
Let's take a look at our race leader real quick and see how he's settling in. 17 laps on these mediums. He has found his pace.
There's only 4 people out there who have yet to go into their pit. We'll see what they decide to do.
And anything can happen, but it's looking like Dark Knight still has a pit. He's in second, but really going to come down to Derpy to see if he can wedge between Revan and Broken.
Well, so he immediately is going to hop up into first once Broken and Dark Knight inevitably pit.
Right.
They're not gonna be finishing this. I mean, I can't imagine. Well, they can't actually. I'm pretty. They have to pit at some point. But the thing to consider is that he's not, because Broken is 30 seconds ahead of Dark Knight. With that delta on the pit stop, Broken could still maintain the lead.
Certainly.
Right.
With how far ahead he is.
I'm wondering about their pit strategy now for Broken and Dark Knight being 18 laps on these mediums. If they're going to try and get a little further out of these mediums before switching to softs on a pit and finishing on softs possibly.
Not sure. I'm not sure. Let's see if he decides to go in on this next lap here. And then after that, let's take a look and see what a couple of our other racers are doing. He's still staying out there. All right. All right. Let's take a look at Derpy as he's trying to hunt down Dark Knight. So a bit of a gap there, and everyone's kind of settling in and spreading out. We have Stinky going into the pits now, swapping out to a different set of mediums potentially.
But he
Very
was on
possible.
softs.
He's out on softs there.
Yeah, he was out on the softs at
All right.
17 laps or 18 laps.
So swapping out to mediums, he'll likely finish on those.
Sure.
So I'm hoping we don't have any safety cars.
Yes.
I personally,
No more. We've had enough for the day.
We've had plenty. We've met our season quota.
Certainly.
So I want to see, that's what I want to see. But assuming there's not one, as we get to the end here, we're going to see some of these drivers with the hard tires there. So we got 3 OKDB, Alex, and Derpy. They're going to have a bit more life in them as we're coming towards the end. Dark Knight is probably feeling the wear on those mediums now. Heading into lap 20,
Certainly.
16 left to go.
Yeah. Our 1, 2, and 5 here. We're all feeling it. Now we have 6 racers out there now with penalties, so you're starting to see kind of that amount of racers with penalties creep up here. We'll see how they finish out these last 15
Our
laps.
season 1 and 2, Revan and Broken, both showing their consistency. No penalties thus far.
Yeah.
Yep. We got another penalty for OKDB. Derpy here though is sticking right with Dark Knight, laying down the pressure, breathing down his neck. Is he? He's
there he
staying
goes.
out, but Derpy is making the move, taking advantage of that DRS. And I think he's gonna settle into those hards a little bit. And you can already see him finding that pace. Revan on fresh-ish mediums.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how he moves up the track. So once Broken pits, him and Derpy are both going to be able to take advantage of that in terms of how close, the striking distance that it puts them into with Broken. Let's take a look at penalties real quick.
Some of these penalties are
Pseudo
getting
taking the
large.
fastest lap. 109.424 in the Aston. Way to go there. I like to see it. So every point counts.
Yes.
Broken does have the gap to stretch out the stint and go on softs. Yeah. So he has the pace and he has the distance between him and the next
could.
closest to come out still in first.
Yeah.
And he'll
Come out on softs if he really
so
chooses
that
to.
delta is 23 seconds. He'll still have a 13-second gap.
Yeah.
Assuming he comes out and gets going for it.
Exactly.
Derpy can be the championship
We
decider.
saw Revan make his move into third here.
Alrighty, and then
I almost feel like something maybe happened with Dark Knight there because he's really losing ground fast.
that's those tires. Once they go, they go.
And Revan just needs to get into second.
Oh no, he went to pit. That's there. Yeah, he really lost him real quick.
Well, yeah.
No, that was me. I said that. I'm making fun of myself. Okay, so Revan is going to be chasing down Derpy, and Derpy really could be the decider of this. If, depending on how defensively he plays, depending on how well he does, you know,
Broken
I'm not
doesn't
sure
just need
where
to
he-
come in first. He needs another racer to outrace
in
Revan
mind-
here, or for Revan to.
But all Revan has to do is just get second.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Derpy has 9-second penalties. Revan has shown no
Has
sign of
none.
getting a penalty.
So Revan would take it right here.
Certainly.
At this
So
point, yeah.
well, not quite, because Broken is still 30 seconds.
But he
ahead.
would be able to.
But he'd be in second.
But he'd be in second, and so there you have it. So this is crazy. So Broken would have the dub on the race, but a
not-
loss for the championship.
Yeah.
Oh,
See though, we saw 13 laps. A lot can happen in 13 laps here.
so much. A lot can happen in one lap,
Yeah.
man. Oh,
Or
we
in the
saw
first
we
turn.
saw a lot can happen in one lap. Let's take a look at Chris, Kef, and Dark Knight real quick.
I can't imagine that we're not going to see Broken
Okay,
pit soon.
we're gonna go back to Revan. We're gonna go back to Revan because this is our 1, 2, 3, and this is our championship decider. We do not want to miss the action here. We do not want to miss the action here because this is our season leader.
Yeah, and this is where Derpy could be hurt a little bit by the fact that he's on hards,
Oh,
Broken.
there's fastest lap for
23 laps in on those mediums,
setting fast.
and we see a
Wow.
fastest lap. That's insane. Okay. All right, dude, I think this just speaks to the talent between these two drivers here because both of them are really giving it their all today. And you can see them really putting in the effort because Revan coming up with some great times and great consistency, and Broken 23 laps in on mediums. Got a fastest lap.
Fastest lap. Impressive.
That's stupid.
Kasper
Ooh,
Interview.
10 seconds for Saturn at the corner cutting.
And he also got 3 seconds before that.
Let's take a quick look at the penalties and see how that shakes out for everyone real quick. Oh,
19.
Revan making some moves there, right on Derpy as he's trying to vie for position. Holy smokes, Broken! This guy gets faster as the race goes on. Yeah, I don't understand how he does it. I don't understand how he does
You're
it.
about to see
Oh.
a move here.
Oh, making the move. What is this? What is this? This is why I don't trust the broadcast view. Oh. Oh, yeah. See, this is why I hate it. This is why I complain about it.
Still battling.
They're still going for it,
still
back
are.
and forth. Revan into the number 2 position now, though. And there's some excitement left to be had today. So Revan, Saitorin DNF'd.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We got
I don't
our
know what
first
happened
DNF
there.
for this race
He
here.
was the one who had Mike.
Lap 24.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what happened there. We'll find out after the race, though. But so we see some master class between our number 1 and 2 here. So Broken is 40 seconds ahead of our number 2 racer, Revan here.
Yeah.
But as long as Revan keeps this, as long as he stays here,
Yeah.
he's got it.
He's securing himself that individual season win here.
And so
Very
it'll
possibly.
be interesting to see how much longer Broken can last because he still hasn't.
Yeah, he still hasn't pitted. We'll see how many more laps he has on these mediums.
How many? He's
right?
24. He's pulling an Albon. Pulling an
is.
Albon.
I think he wants to feel comfortable on
So-
his softs at the end.
I think that's what it's going to be. I think he's going to swap out.
I can't imagine there's anything coming out for his pit strategy other than softs with the amount of laps left.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we see Derpy here still not backing off of Revan, trying to get after it.
And did.
And there he is into the pits on lap 25. He'll swap out to softs, and then he's going to come out ahead of Revan there.
Yes.
Still on
About
the
16
edge.
seconds ahead of Revan when he comes out.
Yeah,
here.
well, I mean, just look at the mini map. You can see Broken up there.
Yeah.
Just coming out of the pit lane now, it looks like. And he's going to have a comfortable lead on Revan, who's just now finishing Sector 3.
Yeah. It'll take him a few laps here to warm up these softs, but after
And
that,
he's going to go after it. So ultimately, what it comes down to is Broken has to hope that Derpy is somehow able to overcome this gap between him and Revan for him to have a chance at winning the championship.
that he does.
11 laps will give him like 40 to 50% wear, so not bad at all. He should box now for softs. Yep.
Derpy has
Mookie
to
was
get-
right on it. Mookie
Derpy
knows
has
what's
to
going on.
get At least 6.61 whatever seconds ahead of Revan. 6.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So-
So
It's gonna be hard.
I think it's 9 seconds actually.
Is it 9 now?
Oh
It
my
is
God,
9 seconds.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
tough.
So it'll be tight.
You see Kasper vying with Stinky for 7 and 8 there, a little bit.
Down here.
Uh,
Oh, a
there's a
little
little
bit
more
of
room between them now.
a little bit of action. All right, so let's stay up with our number 1 and 2 though.
Yeah, certainly.
Revan is let's take a look at how he's doing. Revan's kind of tires are gonna go soon though, which is definitely in Broken's favor. Yeah, I love it when people who know more about F1 than me add insights. It really helps.
Yeah. I mean, my question would be, with 9 laps left, is there a reason Revan couldn't finish on these
DQ?
mediums? It would put him at 18 laps on a medium. I believe we saw Broken go on a medium earlier for over 20.
True.
He was
Yeah.
23, I think.
So a lot can happen. There's still 9 laps to go in the race. A lot can happen, and you know, it just comes down to the consistency. Can these racers finish? So the gap between Revan and Broken now is down to 23 seconds. Kasper is on AI. Ooh, that's not what we want.
Yeah, Broken's actually putting more space between him and Revan right now, slowly creeping up in time.
It doesn't matter though how much space there is between them,
As long as Revan places second,
Yeah.
he's got it.
Fastest lap now at 108.2 for Broken Hypocrite. And we'll see, we still have some racing here, but it is looking like Revan is slowly securing himself the overall individual championship.
I want to see how our current race leader, but not our season leader, is doing. So it looks like there's some issues with some of our drivers having AI issues. I'm not sure. I'm just watching what's in front of the screen here. But Broken definitely is settling in. Clearly, he put in some laps in. And ooh, okay. So we're gonna hop into, oh god, I don't. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't actually understand how the audio going into Twitch works because I never set it up. Okay. That's gonna be so hard for me. Okay. You guys keep talking because you guys are good at that.
So we have our closest right now actually on the field is Dark Knight, being 2.2 seconds behind our 4th seed Chris Kef. And we're seeing that kind of get a little closer here now, but it looks like they're the closest. We have a little distance between a lot of our racers right now. Oh, a little bit off track there, you see, from Dark Knight.
Yeah, I'm gonna just talk to Mookie real quick. Yeah, I don't think everyone understands. I'm the voice and the computer, all the technical stuff. Yeah, no, literally all the technical stuff is not handled by me.
Others, yeah.
But yeah, I just show up, I talk, and I bring my computer.
Keep his mind fresh for the race.
I don't know. I don't know how they set it up on my computer.
You don't
Between
wanna
all of
be in
it.
with a spoiled mind.
Well, it's just no. It's literally they just set up all the audio and how everything interacts together is done through like this third software system that they've downloaded so many programs onto my goddamn computer.
I had to download a bunch of shit on my computer too.
Oh my god. It's really annoying. It's fine. But I I just don't open it between Saturdays
It's okay.
because I don't want to
Soon you'll
change the
find out.
settings.
Soon you'll find out this has all been a cover. They were installing Bitcoin mining.
Yeah, they've just been mining on my computer this whole time.
It was all a front.
Okay, so let's get back to the racing. Mookie, we'll get you in afterwards for sure, because I know you've been following on along this entire season.
Certainly.
I've been seeing what's going on, and you know he's really
We just
really
need
the
more,
mind behind Inside Line
more
Racing.
technically adept people to be able to do
You
that.
know, I mean, I think commentary is a generous term
Yeah.
to apply to us, because you know it really comes down to us just doing what we can and getting out there and you know talking about what we can. But we will definitely have them on afterwards, because I will not be setting that up, and I don't know how, and it'll be done for me. But the person that'll be doing it for me is currently racing, so
Certainly.
I should be better than this.
That's okay. We've had a few laps go by here, but no real, not a lot of changing, at least when it comes to that 1, 2, 3 seed, which is what we're watching kind of a little more closely now for our individual finishes for the season. It looks like that kind of is slowly solidifying not only our individual finishes and standings for the season, but also our Constructor Cup for the season here.
Yeah.
But we'll see, like we said earlier, a lot can happen,
I mean,
even in a small portion of a lap.
Well, so 5 laps to go, barring no changes, which is a tall order for 5 laps to go, but barring no changes, Revan will have secured the win.
Certainly, we have a 12 and a half second difference here. Derpy would need to make up in order to make that not be the case.
That's quite the gap with 5 laps to go.
Certainly.
Which I don't want to put that in the universe, but I think that's tall order. And I think that as we're going on and getting closer to the end here, I think Revan's settled in. I think he's comfortable where he's at.
Certainly. Barring a mishap, it's definitely a tall order.
Broken's going into the pits, so I wonder
if there was something that happened there.
I'm not sure what the strategy is on that. But we're doing an interview stuff, so we'll be able to find out.
That we will.
Be able to find out. OKDB there, sub 1 on Stingy. Still some action going on in the back.
Maybe he wants to make sure he's finishing strong here. I think maybe he can recognize kind of where he's at and where people behind him are at and what he needs to happen.
Yeah, and as Mookie's saying,
affected by this pit here.
Unless he's going for best time, but I think he already had the fastest lap.
We can find that out. It's in the menu. We're gonna go to the gap, and you're gonna swap that over one more. There you go.
Yep, he is out there on the
still has fastest lap already. So that's 1 point in his favor. And Broken really does now need a miracle. And I believe Broken technically has more race. He has more races that he's raced in. But I think there was that one DNF that he had that really threw a wrench in his season this year. And a great performance, and it's not over. A lot can happen. 4 laps to go, but both great efforts from both of these racers, Broken and Revan.
Right.
They've just been battling back and forth all season. Both of them with some crazy performances at different tracks. And last week we saw Broken run away with it a little bit up until that safety car. And today here we see him. He's pitted the most out of I think all of our racers. I think that was his second pit. Onto a new pair of softs, so some fresh softs, getting in as fast as times, and he's still 15 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
He had a 40-second gap at one point.
I think now the rest of this race just comes down to the fact that Revan needs to stay consistent for himself, and it's really his to lose at this point. I mean, if as long as he stays consistent, I think he can pull this one out. There's only 3 laps here.
Yeah, sure. We're gonna
something happened there.
How do I join these? So yeah, we're gonna take a really quick break after the race is over and then get some things set up. We'll be able to drop down some info on how we'll get it all set up, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna let Stinky and Broken explain how that's gonna work because they explained it to me. Revan though has moved into 3rd. So we were talking in the chat and we missed some exciting things here. Revan's moved into 3rd, lost his position. Broken might just have found his miracle if Derpy's able to overcome that big gap.
We need to see a time difference there of Revan for 9 seconds over 9 seconds in order for Derpy to solidify his 2nd place.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Revan has to spin out or do something wrong for that to happen.
Yeah, we'll need an interval of 12 seconds.
So Revan still's fine. He's still got that Derpy championship in him, but
just a little bit of a tighter margin now.
A little bit of time, but not by much.
Not by a lot. He needs to maintain his distance and not drop another 6 seconds back. If he drops another 6 seconds, that's where it
gets Derpy's right behind Broken.
Oh jeez.
Where did he find that pace? Well, it's because of that pit. So Broken is out here. He's gonna have a little bit of pressure on him. So Derpy's on those hards. Those hards are probably still going strong.
Yeah, those
it's a season. Season 2 starts next week. If you want to join, yeah. So we're
certainly inside league, inside line.
Oh, 3 second penalty on Revan.
Going to have.
Oh my goodness!
So now there's only a 2 second.
Okay. So this is gonna come down to. the very end here.
Certainly it will.
Broken and Derpy back and forth. 2 laps to go, making some moves. So Broken's on those a little bit newer softs.
Ooh, Revan
Still finding the pace. Revan
Revan's
is
about 2 seconds out of danger here.
swap on over to penalties, because this is going to come down to the very wire.
It will.
In terms of who comes out on top and who
2
doesn't.
seconds.
It might be a little bit good for Broken if Derpy catches him right at the very end, just by like 1 second.
Well, I mean, so no, because Broken needs all the points that he can get. This is what he needs, is a 1-3 with fastest lap to take the dub, and it really comes down to, oh man,
Oh, that interval's
Comes down to
gaining.
where
They gotta
Derpy's
finish,
at and
yeah.
where Revan's at.
they got to finish, and it's I think it's literally going to come down to the last lap
8.
between these two,
He has about a.
and it could go either way.
Revan has about a less than a second lead now on the entire season. Where he's at, we will
And it's
see how this
gaining, too.
finishes.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, inside,
Let's take a look from
Inside Line
Revan's view.
Racing League is
'Cause,
going to have a season 2, and they're racing on Sundays instead of Saturdays.
Sub
I
1
hear.
second gap between. No, we gotta watch. Go to Derpy. Go to Derpy.
Because this could
that's
be
1
Revan's
second.
tires.
Yeah.
Revan's
But even-
tires are wearing now.
Even if
Are they?
Derpy
so.
passes, though, he'll still be pushed back due to his penalties.
Yeah,
So
Revan's on
medium.
17.
it's more
Okay.
important right now where Revan
All right,
finishes.
so we are.
He is about 0.2 seconds
Yeah.
still in
That's
first.
all it comes down to. Oh my god.
0.1
I'm.
now.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait, it's gaining.
Oh,
so
And there it is. I think his tires have gone,
Oh no.
and Broken could have it.
It's all down to this.
Down to 1.
Incredibly close.
if he can hit
Okay.
5 compatible seconds.
All right, so
Yeah, now he's half a second out.
let's hop up to Broken, and I want to see from his view as he's coming in, because it comes down to his pace and Revan's. It's either of theirs to lose as they come into this last lap here.
What they really need is Revan needs to make up a little bit of distance between him and
Half a
Derpy.
second. It's half a second. That's a turn. That's not even a turn.
If he makes up,
Oh,
Oh,
here he comes. He's very, very close. He needs.
But
to
here
get a
we
little
are
bit of
watching
difference.
Broken coming up on that finish line.
Yeah.
This is literally down
It's
to
gonna-
the last
it's gonna come down to
half a
I
second.
think Derpy has secured himself in his position here. Yeah, he
Wow.
has.
I think that's secured.
wow.
And that's it.
Oh, man.
Broken, I think, has done it. I think he's
Unbelievable.
secured the win
And the
for the
last-
season.
Unbelievable.
Down to the last half a second.
That last lap was pretty crazy.
Oh my god.
If anybody hears screaming in the background, that's what it is.
That's literally brutal.
That was so close. That was, and it's hard. Like I was saying before the race,
That
it really
is
is difficult to
insane.
maintain as the favorite. It's difficult to maintain a position through the entirety of a contest as the first because you feel that extra pressure.
Okay, this is
Sorry, I
insane.
have to be unbiased,
This is
but I had to
insane.
share-
Yeah, you have to. We always must remain unbiased as commentators. But that was I'm so glad we did the restart.
You know what?
It was hella worth it. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break because we are gonna get set up for interviews and stuff. And I know Mookie wants to have a quick call on here. So okay. You guys got this. I will be right back. We're
Yeah.
gonna do some things. We're gonna Dark
Driver
Knight
of the
with the
day,
driver of the
Dark
day.
Knight.
Look at him.
Nice.
We didn't do a driver of the day poll. We
No, we
didn't do
didn't.
any of that. Oh my god.
It
Okay.
was too exciting in the
Okay.
end.
Yes. I need to change the some settings on this though, and I'm really not familiar with it. So that do you want to have the chat so that only I can talk to you, or so that the stream can hear it? Oh, there's a delay on it. There's always a delay on the
Yes.
chat, the thing.
That there is.
Yeah, we'll give it a sec. And look at that, Broken with the celebration. Okay, on the stream. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna need to swap this out because there's settings that need to happen so that your audio gets captured because of the way that the Potato software program does all the
Yes.
things. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna get the person that can do that, and we'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. So I'm Sticky
Oh,
One.
he's beautiful.
I'm here with
He's-
Irazim.
Oh,
So who are we
he knows what
starting
he's
with?
doing. I think Kasper has to go. I know Mookie
Okay.
wanted to hop on right after though. I don't like
so
being
we
in
wanna
charge of
start with-
things.
All right, let's start with
Let's start with Kasper because he's got to go. Yeah. Oh yeah, because it's like hella late for some people too.
That it is. That is how time works.
Oh yeah, Stinky dude. I don't know how to. I don't. What do I press?
So
You didn't
Kasper-
give me instructions.
Kasper, there's a move to audience or move to speaker. Do you see that button?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, here we go.
This one.
Here you go.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey. What's up?
Hey.
Hello.
So okay, bit of an interesting race. What happened back there?
So I started P7. I did some strategy races before this is the strategies. I figured out that if I go on mediums, I
Mhm.
could go for a while and go one stop to softs. The game suggested medium soft since I didn't qualify in soft, otherwise I would have done soft mediums. But
Gotcha. Okay.
since I started on mediums, I went quite far. The plan was to go lap 20, maybe do 16 on softs, but yeah, the tire wear was quite good, only at 60%. So I decided to go to lap 24, and
Mhm.
that's when the stuff happened.
How tough was qualifying on that in that rain? I wasn't expecting that.
Qualifying was, I don't want to say easy, but I just went out too late. I gotcha. I reckon if I went out a little bit earlier, I could have maybe qualified a little bit higher since the rain was just starting to pour down. So if I went out earlier, maybe track would be better.
Gotcha. Okay. And how was the season for you too? What kind of stood out to you? Any favorite memories? Anything from even this race today?
So I came in the league quite late. Started with Brazil. That did not go well. Had a few more penalties than I wanted to, so I just retired in pits.
Gotcha.
Best moment season must be China.
China's a fun one.
Me and Revan had a really close battle when he spun and then caught up to me. So battling with him was really fun, and I learned a lot from him since my pace went up by a lot when he was behind me. So that must have been my favorite moment.
Yeah, no, there have been a lot of really good battles. I think the coolest part is seeing the battles that everyone's been able to kind of find throughout the season.
Certainly.
And throughout the different tracks. So yeah. Hey man, it's really exciting to see everyone out here. So anything you want to see? You got the floor a little bit here. I mean, anything you want to bring up? Anything you want to talk about from this season or today?
As I said, I went out quite late. Probably DNF'd every race, and this one I DC'd, but you'll see me next season, and hopefully I do better.
There we go. Hey, and we're looking forward to seeing it. There's always room for improvement, and it's good to see especially when you're able to come back and new season, fresh start. Get to take what you learned from this season to the next season. How are you feeling about F1 2022?
Already pre-ordered it, so ready to go.
There you go.
Nice.
Ready to go. Alrighty. Do you want us down a little bit longer, or you said you had to go pretty soon?
It's not a hurry, so if you have any more questions, you could do them. It's fine by me.
You got either you guys? I'm not the only. I know I'm the voice and I talk a lot. But any questions? Anyone else? Chat. Any questions for Kasper here today? What's seeing what he's got to say. Pick his brain a little bit. We got an opportunity.
Yeah, certainly. You have
Find
a few
out what
seconds
people
here,
think.
See if we have any questions
Take a
in
little
the
Q&A.
chat.
A little Q&A. Kasper, I hear an accent there. Where is it that you're racing from?
Sweden.
We're international, boys.
Yeah.
We're international. Has it that he wants to say, Kasper, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
And thank you for, it was great to see you out there on the track today. Any final parting words?
See if you can go into it.
You'll see me next season, guaranteed.
Okay.
All right. Hey, we
Looking
look forward to
it.
seeing it. But dude, exciting things. Thank you for chatting, by the way. Lots of good
Certainly.
insights. So Mookie's one of the OGs in with Inside Line Racing League in terms of like admin and running things.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Mookie, what's up?
Not much, you?
I just watched a very exciting end to a season that I was not expecting.
We're decompressing.
Oh, of course. That was amazing.
Yeah, no, it was a hell of a finish. What are your thoughts on this season? Because I know you've been following along the whole way.
No, it was amazing. I mean, obviously, with like that title fight at the end, I couldn't have asked for anything more there. It was great.
Should we actually introduce you also?
Yeah, Mookie. So go ahead and introduce yourself for whoever's watching, so they know where you're coming from with this.
Well, I founded the league January 25th. We always had like big aspirations, I guess. I made Mason admin, and he just like went bonkers with all the tiers and stuff. Like we made a PC tier right away. And of course, those of you who've been with us for a while know that it took a while to get going. But if it wasn't for the OGs, Broken, Stinky, Pasudo, Easy Money, Kef. I think there's one more, but I'm forgetting.
Fallen.
If it was Fallen, my bad.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for them, then we definitely wouldn't be here today, because it took a while for the team to get going, but they believed in us. So,
Yeah. Well, humble beginnings, but I'd like to think I'm not gonna lie, PC is my favorite tier.
Yeah,
It's my favorite tier.
got a little soft spot in our heart.
No, it is. It's always a nice environment in the PC chat. So.
You know, it is the ultimate gaming experience. You know, I'd like to think that we're a welcoming, friendly community, and we want to see everyone do well.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Also looking forward maybe to 2022
F2, yeah.
having no 2022 itself, the game having that cross-platform. Hopefully,
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, that would be cool. You get
Yeah.
these guys racing with the PS boys.
exactly.
That'd be pretty good.
That would be fun. So Mookie, what are your thoughts on today? Because I think that was exactly what I wanted to see out of a finish, coming down to literally the last lap, seconds, fractions of a second separating the racers.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Like I missed the first bit because I was doing tier 2 comms, so I missed the first half. But I joined. I see like Revan down in like 5th or something. I'm like, Broken's got a shot here. He's winning by a mile, like he always has the past few races. So yeah, but I was excited to see that Broken was coming back, and then all of a sudden Revan makes up a couple places, and then he's in 2nd, and then Broken boxes, and then that spin at the end. It was all hopeless until he spins. Derpy gets the position.
Yeah.
We were all talking about the strategy from Broken to keep Derpy in his DRS, and that's exactly what happened. And
Yeah.
he took the dub by like, what was it, 2/10?
Yeah.
A fraction of a second. So it was,
He won.
it was a super tight margin, and I couldn't have asked for a better finish. I mean, that was just exciting.
Because what was the gap? Broken got fastest lap, so he won the championship by 2 points.
Yeah. In the last race, and I think McLaren pulled off the dub with constructors too, right?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what a hell of a finish! Brazil coming out here with the excitement, with the action,
Yeah.
and with the decision.
No, that was
and with the
amazing.
decision.
It was really cool to watch at the end.
No, absolutely. Any thoughts on the battle throughout the season, not just how it came down to the last one today?
Of course, it was amazing. You know, Broken looked like the dominant force in the first exhibition races, and they were getting ready for the season to get going. Kef looked like he was also in the mix for some wins.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, this Revan guy comes along round 2.
Yeah.
And okay, he does the driver sign up. He's 100 AI. And I'm like, okay then. Broken was like 86 something at the time, and he comes in, and then he wins the first race, wins the second race. And we're like, this guy's pretty fast. All of a sudden, Broken starts to catch up, and we had a really, really nice battle at the end. So I couldn't have asked for more. It was really good.
No, for sure. And I think the cool thing, I think my favorite thing to see so far this season is how the racers have pushed each other, especially like our top 2 guys, Broken and Revan, but then also throughout. You've kind of had these pockets of racing where you'll get this action and these guys really just vying for position, and a lot of times they know next week they're gonna be around the same guys.
Yeah.
And so being able to see these matchups throughout the season has been really cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to next season too. See what Revan can do in the Aston Martin, if he can fight back.
Yeah, and it'll be cool to see, especially since everyone's starting from race 1.
Yeah, everyone will get a fresh start.
how it all shakes out. And do you know? I know we have a full roster now at this point, don't we? Or just
No.
about?
Not yet. I mean, we were, I think we're at 18 right
Okay.
now. We
Much
have
closer.
another guy who's going to start racing next season, who's already in the server, so let's count that as 19. But there's, I think, 3 drivers who haven't been signed yet.
Mhm.
So I think we got 16, which is okay, I guess. I mean, like, it's enough for a decent grid week by week, and then there's also room for new guys.
Oh yeah, I have racing aspirations. One of these days.
Oh man.
One of these days, I'll get out from behind the mic and in front of a wheel. And
Yeah,
I just see. I can't. The thing is I can't do it. I can do time trials pretty well. I'm a menace when I'm around other people.
Yes.
So it would be. It wouldn't be fair to the other people on the track if I joined soon.
It's okay. You just give them a few seconds and they get far enough ahead to where you couldn't hit them anyways, so it's
You'd
fine.
be surprised.
You know?
You should see what late braking does to someone.
That's true.
Yeah, and like the chat's saying, Mookie, I want to say thank you, man, for you've created a really awesome. I'll call it a community, really awesome community, really awesome Discord, an exciting league where there's a little bit of everything for someone to find.
Certainly.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. But not all me, though. I got Vanny, of course, does a lot of work.
Yeah, no, you probably don't know this. We've as a server, we've gone through a lot on Discord. Survived a raid, rebuilt.
A raid, yeah. I
It's-
don't even think only tier 3 missed their race because of the raid. So we did a really good job recovering.
Yeah, and it was. I know you put in a lot of effort. I know a couple of the other guys that were still admins at the end there put in a lot of effort to make sure that we didn't really miss much of anything.
Yeah, can't thank you guys enough for the comms, the admin team. It's been a really good season. Looking forward to next season even more.
Yeah, it's comms have been a learning experience for sure.
Certainly.
This is not something I've ever done before, but we made it to the end of the season.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, Mookie, unless you have any other couple words, I wanna kind of talk to our racers a little bit. Do you have anything else you wanna say?
Well, I just want to thank everyone for their loyalty and their dedication to the server, and I'm looking forward to next season. So good luck, everyone.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much again, Mookie.
Congrats to Broken and McLaren.
Who shall we have next? Mookie, thank you again so much.
Certainly.
I think I wanna hear from the man who cinched the dub personally. And then I think we gotta, as we're doing that, we'll hear from him first. I think we should bring Revan in. We should hear from our 1 and 2s what their thoughts are on this. Oh, and there he is. Hello, sir.
Hey.
So how does it feel?
Okay, before I talk about any of that, I just want to say thanks to Revan, because this season has been awesome and a lot of fun because of him, obviously. And yeah, I mean, if he didn't come in and beat me 3 races in a row, I would not have spent the time necessary to get fast at this game. Now I'm treating it more like I used to treat iRacing and simulator racing, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun to just try and catch up at first, and now I think I'm looking forward to continuing with these guys, with Revan and Derpy and Chris and everyone in here, and hopefully help them get faster too. I think we can all keep pushing each other.
I mean, there's always room for improvement. I think that's I like to go with the mantra: progress, not perfection.
Yeah, that's been our commentator mantra this whole time. There's always room for improvement.
It has. I'm gonna say this as one of the people who's been doing comms. I think the most. Thank you to Broken and Stinky, because all of this wouldn't be possible. I don't know how many people know behind the scenes how much work they've put into making sure that all these streams go off without a hitch. And the graphics, the Discord, literally everything, the channel, the Twitch, they have helped put this together. So I want to say a huge shout out to them and a huge thank you to them. I've done my best to keep it as unbiased as possible. In that, with knowing how much help they've had with all this. So how does it feel though today, knowing that you in the last race cinched that victory? Last lap.
Yeah, well,
Last lap.
that was a lot because until the last 4 laps, I thought it's over. I'm going to lose by 1 point. But huge thanks to Derpy because, the first 10 laps, I was trying to keep him in DRS and pull him along as far as he can go. And then he got a penalty, and then he got another penalty, and I'm like, oh no. And then his tires started falling off, and I'm like, I can't go this slow anymore. And then after that, I was like, Revan's in a good spot here. So, I guess huge thanks to Derpy and Revan. Revan had to spin first in order for me to then slow down again and tow Derpy for the last 4 laps. But yeah, if he wasn't here in this race, I wouldn't be champion. So huge thanks to Derpy. And that was just, it was a fun race because I had to keep thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? But at the same time, I was like kind of hoping for more of a battle. But it was
a battle of strategy, I think.
It turned into that for sure. But yeah, and this whole season has just been. I made it tougher on myself than I needed to. I think some of those races where I DNF'd and all that. But I constantly had to think about strategy and points and what I'm going to do, like every race, because Revan was pushing me so hard. And then Chris was there too. Chris was there in points where he could have overtaken me at any point. So I had to keep my eye on those two. But yeah, it was fun, and I really hope that next season they're both there, up there with me the whole time, and maybe we pull a few others like Derpy up. He had speed today. It was crazy. He was quick.
It was exciting to see.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next couple seasons here.
Because we do. It's starting in a week. I've been informed.
Oh yeah, wow, it's coming up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll have tell you something about that then. But we'll move on. Any other thoughts you have about the season, or you've definitely had to overcome a bit here and there with finding some pace at a couple times, and I know you've been putting in quite a few laps.
Yeah. So when I got tired of losing to Revan, because that's really what it was, I just got tired of always losing. I decided to look at everything. So I looked at my rig, what I could do. I went and adjusted my pedals like crazy, because before he started beating me, I was running with ABS on all the time, because I kept locking up with this pedal set that I have, and I just couldn't really figure it out. But then I realized I need those extra 2/10. I need that extra rotation I can get out of my car without having ABS on. So yeah, I spent a lot of time looking at everything. I turned off all my assists, focused on my gear a little bit. I'm building a new rig too, by the way, but that's not ready yet.
Anyone that's in the Discord has seen that.
Honestly, Revan pushed me to the point where I found my excitement again with this stuff, and I'm putting everything into it. When I'm not at work, I'm focusing on this stuff.
Love to have a good hobby.
Because it's fun. Yeah. And it's what helps me with my mental health. So,
there we go.
Like a good friendly competition to push you to be your best.
Exactly. And then I spent, I don't know, that first race that I won after his run of 3, I think it was it Japan? I don't remember.
I think so. It's been a season. It's been a long season.
But yeah, I think I probably put in 500 laps in order to figure out how to do it and figure out a strategy. And I got quicker just naturally from practicing a lot, but then also looking at telemetry and things like that to figure out what the best strategy is, best tires and all that. And I hope that I can help teach some of the other guys in the server how to do things like that, because I think we can all elevate each other. I'm too old to be an esports driver, but a lot of these kids in here with us, hey, they're at the right age. They can start practicing now, maybe be esports drivers. So if we can help some of them get that
secure the bag, find a career,
let's do it. That's what I'm looking forward to the future. I won my first championship. I'm happy. Now let's help other people win. That's how I feel.
I like it. You flexed a little bit. You're like, yep, still got it. Let's see the young kids do it. That's what it sounds like.
Let's bring these youngins up, though.
Pretty much. But that was so hard, and until those last 4 laps, it wasn't even possible.
You definitely
yeah.
had a battle in front of you for sure.
Was it when
Revan made it-
Revan when he spun out? Was that when you really seized the opportunity to and you thought like,
so-
okay, I can actually do this?
So I like pit a second time because I had a huge gap, and I pit onto another set of sauce. And I'm like, well, I might as well just throw in a bonkers lap for no reason, just to show, look how fast I am. But then shortly after I pit, because I was just kind of cruising around waiting to set up that fast lap, I see that I didn't see that he spun, but I saw him drop below Derpy, and then Justin was in my ear and he told me, oh yeah, he just spun. And he told me that it looks like his tires are bad, like he's having trouble here. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I immediately just hit the brakes. Like I just literally slowed down as much as I could and waited for Derpy to catch up. Because that was my only shot at that point, is pull Derpy as far as I possibly can and hope that it's enough. And well, it barely was.
It barely
Not even a
was.
second.
Yeah, no, fraction of a second.
So that was fun, stressful.
Exciting. It was a crazy finish.
Yeah.
Crazy finish.
I didn't get to set that lap. I could have gone probably a second faster, just so you all know.
That's okay. There's next season. Don't worry. There's next season. I think I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to hear I want to hear the other side of the coin. I want to hear from Revan.
I want to hear from the others because.
Yeah. And then I think at the end maybe we could just have a little group chat.
Certainly.
But Revan, if you would like to do the thing. Oh, look at that.
The bad guy.
He was ready.
There we go.
Hey, what's up, man?
Alright.
So how tough loss, incredible battle.
Yeah.
A season of great performances. What are your thoughts? How's it? What are you thinking over there?
Well, I mean, I'm not the happiest person on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, on that, like, was it like 33 or something when I spun?
Mm-hmm.
I was coming into turn one. I took way too much cover on the inside of my car and just floated like a cloud over the circuit, and I couldn't catch it. I tried pausing and resetting the track as quickly as I could, but I still hit the barrier. And then, I mean, Derpy was rapid that whole race. Like, on those softs, I was nowhere near him.
Yeah.
The only thing in my mind that was keeping me going the whole race was that he got penalties. And that was the only thing keeping me kind of in the race still. And then when he put it onto hards, I was like, this is my opportunity. I need to stretch these softs to the mediums and see what I can do. But I mean, Broken won the race, massive gap again. I'm sure if you didn't slow down for Derpy, it would have been an even bigger gap.
Yeah. Fast guy.
But, I mean,
Fast guy.
He is unbelievably fast. I definitely took those first 3 or 4 Grand Prix for granted because at Mexico he was like 3 or 4 seconds off lapping me, and I was second. Like, he's an outrageously fast driver. Like,
yeah, it's pretty crazy to see.
Yeah.
How did you prepare for some of that especially after the first 3 races where you, I mean, you had great performances and you've had a season of great performances, but when you kind of saw the challenge there, how'd that go for you in terms of preparing for, the next race ahead, whichever that one might have been?
It's quite simple. Less sleep, more practice. I've put in so many hours in this past week. I mean, in the last 3 races, 3 weeks ago, I was at about 180 hours. And after this race, I'm up to 280 hours on this game.
Just a little bit of practice.
Yeah, but I think, again, that just proves how fast Broken is. Like, over 100 hours in 3 weeks, and he still destroyed me those last 3 races.
Yeah, I know he's putting in the time too, so don't think it's just, it's not, it's there's talent, don't get me wrong, but I mean, both of you have been putting in the work, and I mean, it was literally come down to a fraction of a second though in the end there, in order with how you were able to perform and when you were able to perform, for him to be able to, by the narrowest of margins, get that
Yeah, I mean, it's like looking back through the race, it's all I can think of is Brazil 2008 when Hamilton got him at the last corner. I feel like there's a bit of like similarity between this race and then. But I mean, before the race, me and Broken, we were like, no matter the outcome, there's still respect for each other and everything like that because I wouldn't be as fast as I am now if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, can you tell me about? I know, you've practiced with Broken Hypocrite. Has he given you a lot of useful tips as well? Because I know you guys have worked together, practiced together before, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. We've done some practice sessions together. I think the biggest thing he's taught me is just be confident in your abilities. I'd like to think I'm pretty fast at this game, but I never thought I'd be able to keep up with the people with skills like Broken and Chris and stuff. But the confidence he's given me definitely helped me to gain more pace and stuff.
Yeah. Well, you can tell he has a lot of confidence in you. And, when he talked about in his interview, talking about lifting the youngins up. And from what I understand, you're one of those youngins. And he sees a lot of potential in you. So.
Yeah. But I mean, next season, I feel is going to be a completely different story. This man is getting a new rig, a new reel, a new pedal set. It's outrageous.
So I've sat in the chair. It's an absurd setup, sir.
Oh yeah.
He was telling me, he's like, oh yeah, I'm getting an upgrade, and I'm like, what's wrong with you?
What can you even upgrade?
Well, I was like, what's wrong with your current one? It seems pretty great to me. Dude, this it's stupid. It's awesome. But he's got rumble features now on his chair.
Oh, okay. Really get immersed in it.
That's outrageous. I've got an office chair that I'm sitting on, and it's got rumble features.
I think the closest that I'll get to that, I'll just turn the bass up really loud.
He's gonna like hook up a fan to like how fast he's going to really get that.
Don't worry, man. I'll sit behind you and shake your chair.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you.
He's gonna be able to simulate porpoising.
Have you seen some of those videos where like the guys are driving and their wheels are just like stupid strong setup and they go through like a crazy turn and just like rip their off?
I mean, it's okay. God. He'll be really surprised when he goes into a wall and I hit him in the back of the head with a 2x4.
There we go.
What are you looking forward to most for next season, man?
I hope that the gaps between people get closer. I mean, there's pockets of competition in this tier, and that's really good. But I hope the gaps between those pockets can get closer. Because, I mean, imagine next season, instead of a 2-way title fight, we've got a 3 or 4-way title fight.
Yeah.
Like, it would
and
be
what
really
that would do
good.
for constructors.
Yeah, exactly. And we're only going to gain members from here. I mean, we might even be able to open up a PC tier 2 next season, which would be mental.
Aspirations for PC tier 2.
I just want more competition in those early races. I'm just saying.
No, for sure. I think.
You guys got to catch up at Silverstone and stuff.
I think everyone's hoping to find a couple more seconds next season and really get after it. And I think it's pretty cool because I know you and Broken, like I know a couple of other racers too have been practicing together here and there when they can. Which is it's cool to see. I mean, it's cool to see everyone getting together and trying to get in the practice, get in the time.
Yeah, me and Chris have been doing a lot of practice together. Because we're quite similar at skill level, me and Chris, and I really want him to be in the title fight because I mean he's been robbed on so many occasions this season. Like at Monza, he had the pace to get me and everyone else in that race, but due to unfortunate circumstances, it was taken away. And at Japan, he beat me, and at Mexico, he was with me for a lot of the race. I feel like me and Broken have shared the spotlight, but the one who hasn't been talked about enough is Chris.
He's
like consistently been in high points. He's got that third place in the championship. He's an unbelievably good driver.
Very true. It's very true. No, and I mean, we've seen it throughout the season. He has always been contending for positions throughout, and it's not rough luck out there on the track.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the racetrack is brutal.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, he's an amazing driver, and he's only going to get better. We all are.
No, for sure, absolutely. I think actually we're gonna go and talk to him next. Anything else you want to say out here, Revan?
I just want to say thanks to everyone. You know, these last few weeks wouldn't have been as fun without this league. I actually found this league by accident. I joined another Discord, and Mookie was promoting it, and I accidentally clicked join. So,
Happy accident.
I think it was that's just the universe nudging you in the right direction.
Just like my mom calls me.
Congratulations, you found where you were meant to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just like my mom calls me, a happy accident.
Happy accident.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
That's everything. This season's been the most fun I've had sim racing.
I mean, I've had a ton of fun too. Well, hey, thank you again so much. Thank you again for an incredible season. And I think we're going to talk to Chris next, and see what he's got to say about the season.
All right, see you guys later.
All right. See you, Revan.
Hey, how's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You're good.
All right. I'm quite good, I can say. First of all, I want to say congratulations to Broken, who won the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Also, congratulations to Revan, who had that very good fight till the last lap with Broken.
Yeah.
All season was amazing. Everyone put their best to be as high as possible. And yeah, things went how Broken wanted to go. So that's why he's the champion. He's a very fast driver. We have seen that in every single race.
Mm.
Also Revan, he is up there every time. And I try to catch up to them. I'm still very far off. I mean, I have gone P2 in 2 races, but yeah, I will consider it as luck because in one race Revan had a penalty and I won by 0.1 seconds over him. And the other time in USA they both crashed, so I overtook both of them, if I remember correctly.
I think I think you're remembering correctly. So how because I think both Revan and Broken did hit it on the nail. You are one of those racers who I think you've had a bit of bad luck throughout the season and just some unfortunate circumstances, but we've seen a lot of pace out of you. How has the season been for you?
To begin with, from the exhibition races, race 1 was my first ever league race, no matter that it didn't count. It was good, like I was getting to the mood that I'm a racer now, I'm racing with other people. Then race 2 came my first victory. I was super hyped that day. And then victories and podiums kept coming in my way. And I was trying to be as good as possible to get another win, but unfortunately it didn't come. I mean, I had the chance in Monza because, I was fast. It's my favorite track, and I think that's the only track I have a possibility on winning. But yeah, those 2 incidents with Honey and Dark Knight ruined my whole race.
No, it's been tough. How have you been preparing for the races?
Well, I have to say that before the last 3 races, I think I was only practicing on Saturday because of school. Like all the practice I have done, like it was 3 hours the most. But now after the middle of May, when the school came to a close, and now we only have the exams, I have more time to practice, and I think I have done like 40 hours a week of practice.
Just a couple.
Wow.
Yeah, very low. Because also my time has gone from, I think it was 250 from September to 450. So after May.
Wow. Full-time student to full-time driver.
Yeah. Well,
How
I
does
have
that?
to thank both Broken and Revan because without them, I would still be driving with traction control on full. The first time I drove without traction control was Spa, and after that I was with no TC. Today I spun, unfortunately, but yeah, these things happen.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, and you know,
So
thank you so much for coming out. We're because you'll be here with us next season too.
yeah,
So we're really looking forward to seeing
I will
that
lose
too.
the last 3 races, unfortunately, because I'm going on vacation with my
Hey,
family.
gotta love a good
There we go.
vacation.
Yeah, and unfortunately it was that time, not August, for example, or now June, or
Yeah.
August. Sorry, June is racing. Yeah, so yeah, I'm unlucky again because I will lose Monza.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, any other thoughts on the season, or you know, even the race today, and you know, seeing the action, your own
Well,
experiences?
okay, well, we'll talk firstly from today's race because it's more fresh. Well, I started from P3. I did a mistake and went down on mediums instead of softs because I wanted to hunt the pole position today. I had the pace too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was raining at the time I got out, and yeah, the grip wasn't there.
Yeah.
So in lap 1, turn 1, I saw a 3 wide action, so I had to back out and I went wide. Thankfully I didn't hit a side turn. I think it was on my right and my left rear. So yeah, keep going. I had the spin. Very unfortunate, and then all my courage went out. I couldn't push to the limit. Like in practice with the AI, I was doing like constant 109s.
Okay.
And in the worst, it was a 110.
Mm-hmm.
But now my personal best was a 110.2, and I couldn't beat it. Like one time I think lap 30 that I started pushing again. I was 4 tenths up.
Yeah.
But then I had a moment, and then again I said like no pushing. There's no way I can make 11 seconds in 4 laps.
Yeah,
So I could get P3.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, a hell of a performance throughout the entire season for you. And so it was third place that you did secure for the championships at the end, right?
Yeah, I was third.
Yeah, I mean, hell of a performance. And a first season, only better things to come for next season, I think.
Certainly.
And it sounds like you've been putting in the time, so I'm hoping that you know, we're able to turn cause practice makes perfection.
Exactly. 40 hours a week, that's gonna get you some confidence going into the season. Yep. So how are you feeling going into next season then, with all the time you've been putting in?
Like I can challenge, maybe, not sure. I can get closer to Broken and Revan. They're both on another level. Still, I'm like 9 tenths of them, 1 second. Like you saw in Mexico, Broken had the gap of 1 whole minute from Revan in second place that I was holding up with an amazing fight we had. Also in Japan, he was 36 seconds ahead of us. So yeah, he's a very fast driver, and I will try to be as close as I can.
Hey, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to it.
Any other thoughts on the season or today?
Well, on the season, it was, as I said, it was my first season. I was expecting like to be on the last people, but after the first couple of actual races, where I was getting constantly P3s, I was like, oh, I can do it. So I kept pushing, and that's what happened. I think it was 3 rounds before the end, and I was still in the title fight, but 30 points behind, something like that. But yeah, I was in my head, I was like, keep pushing and we can win this. There's chances. It's Formula One. It's not like, I don't know, it's like not a card game. It's Formula One. Everything can happen.
Yeah. I mean,
we saw that in USA when I was like 20 seconds in 4th position. 20 seconds behind the podium, and Broken and Revan crashed. So yeah, I took that chance.
Yeah, no, I mean, that really does come down to it. Anything can happen at any time, and it can change up the entire race. Yeah, so, hey, thank you so much, man. I think we're going to try and get, I don't know who wants to hop in next, just so we can give everyone a chance to hop in and say something. Thank you so much for joining us on here, man.
Thank you very much for the streams as well. They're a good company while racing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm glad you've been enjoying them.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a nice one.
Yeah, you too, Chris.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye, man. Welcome.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hello. Well, I feel pretty excited. I guess first podium, and it's in the season finale. So yeah,
You were fast out
guess.
there.
I was. Yeah, I mean, I think I think I could have done better because I was really inconsistent through the corners. You notice that because I got a lot of penalties on the same corner.
Mhm.
And I think it's just because I don't practice enough. Like I'm very busy with school and such, so I don't really have time to put like these others to just put in so much work into
Yeah, they treat it like
doing fast
a
laps
full time
and stuff.
job.
They definitely treat it
exactly,
like a full-time side hustle, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No, I just don't. Yeah, but I think I still did a pretty good job with keeping up with Broken, especially on those last 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah.
I mean, a hell of an effort. You were the one ultimately that decided who won
Yeah.
this season. Like it really came down to where you ended up finishing.
I think it was like 0.030 seconds to
It was
me and Revan.
Stupid tight.
Yeah.
It was way too close.
Yeah. Hey,
It
what are
was-
your
yeah,
so what are your
it's
thoughts on the
amazing.
season?
Well, yeah, I honestly I can't say that much because I missed a lot of races.
Mm-hmm.
I joined in at Spa and I DNF there because I was still in controller and driving with a lot of assists.
Mm-hmm.
But gradually through the season, I just tried to turn them off. And honestly, this is my first league that I've ever been in,
Mhm.
and it's honestly been such a great experience. I love racing with others, and just it's something else than just only career mode, for example.
Yeah.
It's honestly an amazing season.
No, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I've had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
This is not this is my first league too. So look at
Yeah.
all of us doing the thing. I think how far we've come from humble beginnings.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are your thoughts on going into next season and excited for it?
I'm very excited for it. I will definitely just start practicing some more. Just maybe turning off traction control, for example, or ABS.
Mhm.
I think it will really help me get faster. And yeah, who knows? Maybe I can in next season I can maybe challenge some people on the top.
Yeah.
No, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
don't
it's anyone's game, honestly, next season because
Yeah.
F1 2022 is going to have likely some different a bit of different physics with the cars. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
Yeah, the cars are much heavier, so it will definitely be different from this kind of generation of F1 cars.
Interesting.
Everyone's
We'll
gonna have to get
see.
used to it.
We'll see how the youngins are probably going to be able to adapt a little easier. We'll see how Broken can keep up to that.
Old, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, with such a setup, I don't know, man. I just drive with a G29 set to my table, and then officer had a shirt that just hurts my back way too much.
Oh no.
Yeah, he spends a lot of time and effort and thought and money on it.
Man.
Yeah,
for sure.
he's channeled that racing urge into this game. I've been in a car with him, and I'm telling you, he makes it exciting.
It's,
oh yeah.
Yep. Scary.
Yeah, scary.
He can hear us,
Yeah.
so it's okay. Now you know. But we always get there on time.
It's exhilarating.
So Derpy, what was your highlight of the season since it was a bit abbreviated for you?
Well, honestly, it's just this whole race. This whole race is just my highlight because I drove amazing, I think, and I didn't spin or didn't make a lot of mistakes except for the penalties, of course. And honestly, with the tow, it got really exciting because at first I didn't really know he was towing me. I was like, oh, he spun, so his tires must be overheated. Now is my chance to push. But
Mhm.
when we got to the last lap, I started doing some math and I calculated like, oh, I have a 9-second time penalty, and Revan is over that penalty, so he's just trying to give me a tow. So I just started pushing even harder, and I almost spun at the end. I don't know if you can see it, but I almost spun because I was like on 50% hards. It was honestly crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an amazing race.
I mean, talk about a hell of a finish. It was not on my bingo card. I was not expecting that because it was just, I mean, I knew it was going to be close. We all knew it was going to be close.
Yeah.
And then just seeing it come down to it, and then seeing you, because again, it came down to you, and seeing that consistency at the end, as I didn't realize what he was doing at first. I didn't catch on.
Understand.
And then I caught on, and I was like, oh my god. Hell of a performance.
I thought Revan had it in the bag.
Also, maybe I got a little bit lucky with the restart because I started on 10% softs because of the rain. But when I started now, I had 0% soft, so I just like yeah, I'll just go hard. Like I'll just drive with one skid stop.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that yet though. The restart.
The
restart and the little bit of chaos that ensued. What was your perspective on that?
Well, honestly, I didn't really care. I thought it was nice because I started on 0% tires, and I think I wanted to I wanted to overtake Broken really bad, but I realized like he's so fast, I just couldn't. By the time like we did 10 laps, I looked at my tires and they were like 20 to 30%. It was like, okay, wait, I'll just drive a little bit more slowly. But honestly, it was too late at that point. I should have done that way before.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it was cool because it really, well, I mean, without the restart, there would have been not nearly as exciting of a finish.
Yeah.
No.
It would have been a totally different story.
I think it would have been less interesting.
We wouldn't have had that incredible ending right there.
Yeah.
Performance. So, thoughts going into next season?
Oh, you already asked the question, but
I think I'm tired. And
thoughts aren't working anymore.
Sorry.
He needs more thoughts. He's subsistent.
I mean, it might not. It's only 1:30 in the afternoon for me, so I don't really have an excuse of it being like almost midnight.
Yeah, I think it's just I think it's just exciting. Maybe we'll get some new people to join like over some couple of time, and maybe we'll even have new people who are maybe faster than Broken even. So anything could happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe me. Maybe I'll be the next time.
There we go.
The true Cinderella story.
Commentator to champion.
Complete with
any other thoughts? I think we're gonna try and get Firecat and Stinky on here if they have anything they want to say as well. I know it's getting late for some people.
No, I don't have any other thoughts. I think it's just let's just see what next season brings, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Hey, thank you so much for an awesome season and an awesome finish.
Yeah, certainly.
You too for the awesome commentary. Honestly, it was great.
Thank you so much. I do my best. I've been figuring out as I go. Lots of learning pains along the way.
Just like the drivers.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, thank you so much, man. We really appreciate it.
Right.
Bye. We're back.
Driver of the day. I think, like given by the game, right? I think it was Dark Knight, right? Yeah, I think Dark Knight was given driver of the day.
So, I'm not sure. Fallen, it sounds like we can hear like something from his computer or his background, but we're not getting his mic pickup.
Yeah. We did when he joined initially for about half a second, and then it cut out.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say Fallen is one of the more active members in our group, and that's awesome. It's, it's cool that we actually have a group that does talk and chat and hang out and play Minecraft and other things like that together. And Fallen is one of the, the ones that keep us together and keep us doing things together. So huge thanks to him for being in this league. Also, I don't think I said thanks to the commentary team. I hope you all know I appreciate you because I try to feed you and shit while you're here.
Yeah.
But,
these guys do a great job.
Yeah, where's the food?
But yeah, huge thanks to
Where's
you
my
guys.
coffee? It'd be fatter.
Anyways, it's been a good season.
Yeah, indeed.
That's for sure.
Man, it's been exciting, that's for certain.
Yeah, and Fallen, if we can't get this working, you can share your thoughts in chat.
Yeah.
And everyone will see it because we got everybody watches our chat.
We want to hear it.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't do a driver of the day poll because we got distracted by everything else that was going on.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I would give driver of the day to Derpy. Like, he was fast.
No wonder.
And I needed him there.
Yeah, Broken Hypocrite gives
Unbiased
driver of the
pick there.
day to the person who was partially responsible for him winning.
Hey, I'm just putting him
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I wonder why you would say that.
I have no idea.
No?
Oh wait, I think, did we hear Fallen?
For
I
a
heard
second.
sound from him.
It's
And maybe
sporadic.
it's a threshold issue? Like, I think he yelled and then it came through.
Maybe try screaming.
Screaming at someone. Oh, yeah, or maybe it's just maybe the mic itself is a little iffy.
Possibly.
Or Discord's having issues. It could also be a network issue. Like, I think
Technology.
this server we're hosting is, I don't know where it is.
Wherever it is, we have a wide variety.
He's in Denmark, I believe, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be far away from somebody. Got a lot of different
We're
locations.
literally all over the world because you got UK, Denmark, Sweden, US. You guys know.
Europe and US at the moment, yeah.
Well, I think most of the drivers know, but yeah, if you want help with anything, reach out to me. I'll be sharing stuff in chat too, and we'll all keep pushing together, and hopefully we can get a full grid for next season. That would be great.
You're welcome, Nightly Rose. I'm very happy to provide. All of us are very happy to provide commentary.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing, and we lost Fawn. All right. Well, Stinky, you are here. We haven't heard your thoughts yet. Thank you for the assistance. What a team we have here.
Yeah.
I need
A technical leader.
These guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I've been doing without them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not just two, because they roped you into this.
They literally conned me into it. Yeah, I didn't know what I was signing up for when I got dragged in. Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want to say that we were able to win constructors.
Hey, is that
That's
McLaren?
really nice.
Yeah.
Stinky's like, I won too.
I might not have had the pace like the others, but I was able to help, and it was almost secured from just the last race.
Certainly.
So,
what are your thoughts on the season, Stinky?
Season? It was good. Hopefully it'll become more consistent with drivers.
Yeah.
I think that'll make a big difference. Obviously, some of us in the back have to pick up our pace, me included. The problem was I think everybody in the front kept getting faster.
Yeah, they did.
I kept getting faster, but they just kept getting even faster, which was an issue.
Yeah. How dare they?
How dare they improve? I mean, it's definitely been a tough field because I know a lot of, clearly, as we've heard, a lot of the guys have been putting in a lot of speed and a lot of time. And certainly,
well, you can imagine those guys at the top might be hitting some diminishing returns pretty soon. But then Stinky, you're gonna be on your way up.
On the up and up.
Yep.
I don't know about that one.
Any thoughts on heading into next season or today's race?
With today's race, I was actually surprised how well everybody did. It was a very difficult track. There's a lot of spots where you can make mistakes. And the rain quali was it just threw a lot of us off. I could have got a good lap in the first time I came out, but I ran wide on one of the corners. So, and then the track just kept getting worse and worse. So anybody that got a good lap in the beginning, I think had a better chance.
Yeah.
Because at the end, I was still out there trying to put a lap in, but
yeah,
it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It was so rainy. I think at the end, I was fighting the car
certainly
to not spin at the end, and and DRS disappeared, and I was like, oh, I just went in.
For sure.
There was no way to do a faster lap at that point.
Yeah,
But I
qualifying
think
was decided
It
early.
was very interesting. I was happy the race was under dry conditions.
Yes.
That helped me a lot. I was able to keep pace, a lot better pace than I practiced. So
That's good.
Yeah.
it
So it's
was a
good.
good
So
race,
what we're looking
I
for.
think.
Exactly.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't
And-
talk much about that restart, but
Yeah, the restart.
I mean, I don't know. Everybody probably had some mixed feelings about that
Mhm.
because, you know, an accident is an accident. But I felt like it was too many people out at that point.
What
and
lap in?
I didn't want to win that way. That seemed ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we restarted. But I mean, now that I won, I'm really glad. Like, it was really exciting, and I still won.
We heard.
But really, I am honestly just I'm glad everybody was okay with it. That it went smoothly. That eventually we got back in and got racing.
Sort
and
of
it was
smoothly.
good
Yeah.
racing. It was really good. And if we didn't do that restart, it definitely wouldn't have been this. It would not have. We would not be talking about it for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I'm done talking about it.
Are you done talking about it?
I mean,
I'm going to talk about it for like another week.
For
But then
now.
the next season starts, and then
It
it's
was
forgotten.
incredible. I will say I was a little upset at first, just because it affected my race a lot. But in the end, I still probably ended up exactly where I'd have ended up in the first race. It was a lot more entertaining. I think everybody was driving.
And I thought it was a lot
racing
more
each other a
entertaining.
lot better the second time. The restart.
Yeah.
The start was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, from an audience perspective, it was undoubtedly a better race. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm just excited to get off this call so I can go rewatch the whole replay. Because
Well, then
I want to grab food with all you guys. We're watch this replay
I think
and
we
talk
should.
about what we're gonna do in the future. Like that's what I want to do.
Yeah. And
Then I think we should end it there.
The next one, I would like to see a consistent 20 grid. That would be really nice.
Yeah, very close to that.
That'd be cool.
And
But
I think I'm really excited for 22, F1 22.
Yeah, when we can
For
switch
sure.
to the next game,
Yes.
that'll be a lot of fun too. I think it'll probably hopefully make everybody a little closer. Maybe not at the first couple laps.
Yeah.
The first couple tracks, but I think once everybody kind of figures it out, maybe we're all a little closer because everybody kind of has to start fresh. Like, yeah,
Exactly.
fast guys are always going to be fast, but you know,
Well.
we're all starting from the same point. So I hope it makes things more interesting. And honestly, the new game looks great. The cars are fun to drive. Strategies are all going to change up.
Mhm.
So yeah, it should
Yes,
be.
and
should be
regular quality. Does not matter. You don't have to worry about.
Yeah, you
it's just
start on whatever tires you
your
want.
fastest
Why not?
driver. So I think that's a really positive in F1.
There's a lot of
And,
positive improvements coming to the next game.
For sure, for
which
sure.
won't be the next season with ILRL, but
Inside line
but
racing.
yeah.
And I think on that exciting note, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you everyone for watching, and we're gonna watch the replay, and I'm gonna have a great time. Tune in next week for the start of our next season, and everyone take care out there.
Sunday.
And thank you everybody in the audience that has come to watch the races, especially the ones that aren't even racing.
Yeah,
Those are even
especially
more.
those that showed up like every week.
Yeah, every week, every week.
You all know who you are.
You know who you are.
Because I message you and say, hey, are you gonna watch?
Beautiful.
But yeah, thanks for being
Alrighty,
here with
guys.
us.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Tune in
Thank you,
next week,
everybody.
guys.
See you
Have a
in
good one.
season 2.
Anyway, so I know for some of the racing we're switching to F1 2022. Here we have our formation lap starting. So yeah, we're gonna swap that over. We're gonna leave the interval. We're gonna go to details and change that over. We'll leave it on position change because that's fun to see, especially at the beginning.
Lap data.
Yep. And then full track map.
That.
So we'll go ahead and hit menu, and then you can hide the UI. There we go. Look at that. Here we are in our formation lap for the final race of the season. 11 racers out here on the grid today. A good showing. I think we only had 6 or 7 last week.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that everyone showed up for the race today, and we're doing interviews after.
You know what else is exciting?
Talk to the racers.
Sunlight.
Sunlight, yeah. I'm positive that all these guys are happy that it's dry conditions. Because it's tough, and I'm pretty sure this is probably what they did they're practicing in.
Yes, and like you were saying a second ago, that we are going to have those interviews after the race here.
Yeah. We're gonna talk to him. It's, really just want to see how everyone did. How they felt about the season.
Get some hot takes on the going-ons here, and
hot takes on the courses, how things shaked out, favorite moments, least favorite moments.
Yes, personal fears,
favorite track. Well, we're gonna keep it F1 focused. Keep it F1 focused because it was a championship race.
Yeah, that's
what
true.
was your favorite track?
Well,
so
won't
far?
be after.
You weren't here for all of them. I wasn't here for all of them. Sorry for the. Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna hop over here real quick. We're gonna do this. We're gonna take a look here. We're gonna get comfortable in a position where we can watch the start of our race here, because this is the championships.
That it is.
The championship.
Getting ready to come off the line.
Yep. Got our countdown here, and pretty soon it'll be lights away into our championship in Brazil, the season decider, to see who comes out on top.
It is. Finishing waiting for our players here.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are lights away. Quite a bit of action, a little bit of contact there coming into the first turn. Oh, a couple more bumps there. Everyone trying to squeeze through, jockey for position. A little bit of off track there. Let's take a look in a quick battle now between Kef and Broken. Looks like Broken's pulling away a little bit. Saiturin and him going back and forth.
Saiturin,
double wide cars.
Oh,
a little off track. Oh, and we have a collision. Saiturin is out right after first turn. Revan is out. Kasper's out. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And we have a safety car.
Yeah, safety car out on the track.
Oh, not even one lap in.
That was immediate.
All right, so this is quite the shakeup.
Yes.
This is going to change our championship a lot here. Everyone, I think, got maybe a little bit excited in the start of the race. And wow. Okay. So this changes the conversation a little bit here.
Certainly does. I think it changes things a lot as well for our constructor. I think it pretty much solidifies.
Kasper, Revan, and Saiturin are out of the race now. So I think it looked like there was a collision that started, and then other people must have just gotten involved in it.
Yeah, they got caught up in it.
And now we have an early pit from a couple people due to the safety car. So I would imagine they probably took a little bit of damage from that. Yep.
Yes.
So Kef is swapping out his front wing. Let's see what Stinky's going to be swapping out here. He's just doing tires going on to hards.
Does that mean the battle for first between Revan and Broken is over now?
It's not over because Broken still has to finish. So it's all on to Broken now to finish with at least 9 points ahead.
Yes.
He has to score at least 9 points. Otherwise, he does not take the victory away from Revan. Revan still is technically in the lead. So we could have 2 DNFs here from our 1 and 2, and then it would be settled on points scored already, and then that would mean Revan would take it. So the pressure is on for Broken now.
Yes, it
to perform and get in a good, clean race and finish it up. I'm shocked. That is what a turn of events.
Yes.
What a turn of events for the last race.
I haven't seen a safety car come out in the first lap.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. That was the first lap. That was the first lap.
Yes, it was. Still got the 35 more to go.
We talked about getting replays together, and we just couldn't kind of find the people to get that sorted so we could have him for the race day, because it's already hard to kind of put on this little bit of a production we got going.
That's okay. The replay for that'll just be the first few minutes of the stream.
Yeah. I don't know what camera angles we caught and what we didn't. Okay. I want to take a look here at some of the tire changes that people made. So Stinky's the only one that went on to hards. Chris swapped to mediums, I think.
Still have Derpy and Alex out there on soft.
So it looked like there was, as people were jockeying for position, there was a little bit of contact that turned into what kind of just looked like a lot of contact.
Yes.
and people losing control a little bit. And it just kind of happened all at once. I think it was a little bit of a domino. I think one person lost it left and right, it hit another person who lost it left and right, but I'm not entirely sure because we were just trying to find a good camera angle to see it all, and it happened not even halfway through the first lap.
Yeah, it just happened immediately. There's no really real way of getting it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's a good example of the rain potentially changing everything because all the positions were swapped up. Like, who knows if that would have even happened if there weren't.
Yeah, because the front of the pack made it out fine. I want to say it was Broken, Derpy, and Alex well, we can go to position changes and no, for sure. So yeah, go ahead and go to menu, and then you're going to go down to details and then go left. More position change. Okay, so, oh no, so it did change things a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Chris Kef up at the top, but he
Yeah.
did make it out.
But
there.
him and Broken, or I should say Derpy and Broken, are still number 1 and 2. So yeah, that qualifying could have changed everything.
Certainly.
In terms of like how this might have shaken out otherwise in those wet conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, what a turn of events. That's rough. I'm so sorry, man. Okay, so the safety car's coming in this lap, so we're going to be back to our racing here in a little bit.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting race. We still have 33 more laps of racing to go.
Yeah, we do.
That was crazy though.
There's so many things that can still happen, and now we have from the safety car a big bunch of cars coming in as they're starting this race again, and it looks like the safety car is in. We are back to the racing and back to the action. We're gonna just try to take a look and keep our camera on where that delta is smallest because we want to see where the action is, because clearly today, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of action. I think everyone's really going for it in this last race.
Certainly.
We're a little bit off the track there. Looks like OKDB is making a move on Pseudo. Tight racing. So yeah, that bunched things up again. We have different tire strategies right now too between different people. So as they're heating things up, that could kind of mix up early on the how much speed they're able to get out initially, and then as the race goes on, some of those longer lasting tires might start paying off a bit more.
Certainly affects these initial groupings that we're saying here.
Absolutely. And it looks like Broken's feeling pretty comfortable on this track, extending that lead with Derpy to 1.3. It's already pulling away there. Alex though, looking like he's trying to stick with Derpy here and keep the pressure on there. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to shake out here. I think our closest battle though here is with OKDB making the move on Pseudo, and they are away. Okay. Broken, fastest lap time, 1:10.601. Oh, I can't stay back at it again. Here they are jockeying for position. Oh, that's a bad camera angle. See, this is why I don't trust the broadcast camera. All right, a lot of back and forth here in the middle of the pack between Dark Knight, Pseudo, and OKDB. OKDB moving up on the pack now into 4th position, up 5 from the start of the race. Chris Kef here, I think, is trying to find his spot. Let's take a look and see how he's doing as he's trying to chase down Pseudo. Man, wow. Okay, so we got a line of 4 drivers here that are all jockeying for position. Still only 5 laps in with a lot of racing to go. This was not on my bingo card.
No, not at all.
I was not expecting this. So this is one of those turns, these couple here, you can go actually pretty fast through both of them if you do it correctly. Wow. I'm at a loss for words. I was not expecting that. As we are restarting. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know we were restarting. I'm not in charge of things.
Yeah, I mean, based on the qualifying, I was expecting some crashes, but geez.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, Mookie's always around. He's the one that really
the head
makes the decisions in sideline racing leagues. Some races are okay to restart due to all the DNF. Restart. OKDB off the track with another DNF.
Another safety car.
Check the PC Discord chat. Ooh, okay.
Crazy. 4 people. DNF. So 6 lap.
This is a crazy turn of events. I was not expecting this. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna restart the race. So this will be interesting to see how things shake out. Where is the PC chat?
I told him it was all good.